What is up, my YouTube friends? I hope everybody is having an absolutely awesome evening. I know I am. A little out of breath, running up and down the stairs here. But Michael just dropped a link, Tech Examine just dropped a link in the description or in the chat if you want to ask a question. So please do, I would appreciate it. We've got lots of folks in the house tonight. Wooden Beast is in the house. Your own live stream direct from your server. Hey, you can do whatever you like, man. You can do whatever you like. You got to get people to show up first, though. Anyway, hopefully everybody's doing great. Let me know in the comments to let me know that you're here so we can all see all of you amazing folks. Throughout the night, I will probably answer the question, how can we get on your Discord server, a million times. So right off the bat, let me go ahead and answer the question right now. I have a membership program. It has 3 tiers. You can see those right here. For $2.99, you can support the channel, which I always appreciate. It's absolutely fantastic. You get a couple of really cool emotes and badges and that sort of stuff, and I really do appreciate it. For $6.99, you can join the Streamer Squad and have the opportunity to talk with me and lots of other really fantastic live streamers and YouTubers right there on the Discord server. And of course, for folks who are interested in learning more about how to become a better YouTuber, we have the Streamer Squad Masters, which gives you the ability to work directly with myself and Tech Examined to dig into how to make your channel grow the way that you might want it to grow. So there are 3 different tiers to the to the program, and you can get into it by just clicking that join button right down below, and that is about it. So we're going to jump right into the questions. If you do have a question, there is a form that you can fill out. There's a link to it in the description, and it is periodically dropped into the chat, so you can check it out. We're going to go over and see if we actually have any questions yet. So let's go over to our Monica cam and check it out. What's up, honey? How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good tonight.
Good.
How are you? How's it going? How are
I'm
you?
getting by. I'm just trying to relax and get the wind back in me.
I know. I apologize. He's out of breath because I was on the question screen and I couldn't actually see any questions, so he had to run all the way down to my aid and help me get signed on and get the questions so that I can ask them. So I do appreciate that. So yeah. So we weren't monkeying around. He was trying to actually do some stuff for me.
I'm always monkeying around.
Yeah.
Well. Anyway, so do we have any questions yet?
We do have questions, of course. We do have questions.
Oh, wow, already?
We already have 7 questions, yes. Yes. Are you ready to get started, or do you want to talk about something else?
Oh, I'm ready to get started. Let's jump right in.
All right, jumping right in. Okay, the first one comes from, it looks like Hubbro20. How can I add just a chat using Stream Elements or have a cool animation?
All right, just a chat using Stream Elements or have a cool animation.
Yes.
Well, let's go over here to the main screen here, and I'll get this. So if you wanted to add just the chat, let's see here. I'm going to go over to my tutorial screen. And we'll see if we can get into Stream Elements. That would be here in Stream Elements. So we're going to go into our chat here for a moment. So let's see, stream labels. I'll go in here. And I'm not totally certain. Let's see, static and custom. So you can add text right here to add boxes of text and images. So you can also add a video, which can add animations if it has alpha in it, which are animations that you have to create. Labels, tips, and sponsors. I don't know. Does I'm pretty, yeah, here it is, your streams chat. So you can add your streams chat right here, and you can set it all up to however you want it to be. And then all you have to do is copy it out with this link up here, and you would paste that into your browser source. Why don't we just do that? You can go in here, by the way, and you can change the position and size, the size of the box. You could change the type of text that you're using right here in your text settings if you wanted to. And then you can just take this, put it anywhere you want on the screen. We're going to copy out the link, and we're going to go into our OBS here. We're going to click the plus. We're going to go to browser source. And we'll just call this chat. And then we're going to go ahead and paste it in here. And boom. So now we should theoretically have that in there. Now I have like 3 different chat programs running, so it may not work. It may also be dark. I mean, a lot of people run into problems with their chat programs working from Stream Elements, which is why I don't use Stream Elements to do the chat I'm using right over here. To do the chat I'm doing right over here, I'm using a program called Twidget. Let me show you that right here. This is Twidget right here. That's what I'm using to create my chat. If you want to learn how to use that, which I highly recommend, because it actually just works, unlike the Stream Elements one and even the other one. They just don't seem to work properly. If you want to check that out, you can definitely check it out by, let me see, let me remove this here. You can definitely check that out. All you have to do is go and, actually, Tech Examine just dropped that video into the, into the thing for us. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Let me remove this widget from the, let me remove this widget from there, just in case I ever actually want to use that. And we'll go back in here, and we're going to go into our, yeah, it's this one. Okay. So I think we're good to go now. So hopefully that answered your question. Twidget is much more reliable if you're looking to do stuff like this right here with the chat. That's what you want to be using. The best part is I not only have chat right there, but I actually have it docked inside my OBS, and then I have it docked right next to that as well. So I have like 3 versions of chat right next to one another that are easy. The only people who seem to have any complaints with Twidget are folks that are using it on Facebook, and that's because they're trying to stream to groups or something that they don't physically own, and that's where you run into problems like the ones they're having. So there you go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go and get another question from the Monica Question Cam. What's up, babe?
Second question also comes from the same person, HubBro20. How can I set up a soundboard for my stream? I have 1 monitor.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, the problem, actually, so if you want to set up a soundboard for your stream and you only have 1 monitor, it shouldn't matter. You're going to be using hotkeys. I just put out a video this week that shows you how to set up a soundboard, and then it actually links to a way to set up the hotkeys for that soundboard. I don't remember which video it was, but I just put it out. Let's see. Well, the video "Are You Doing This?" in your live stream walks you through how to create exactly what you're looking to do in exactly what you're looking to do to set up soundboards, and then at the end of that video, I'm pretty sure I link to a video that shows you how to set up all the hotkeys and everything else for your soundboard. But just in case you don't find it, I actually have a video that tells you how to set up the hotkeys. And maybe Tech Examine can drop that link in there as well. I just dropped the link to the video that's going to show you how to set up a soundboard, and Michael can drop the hotkeys one in there If you don't know Tech Examined, he is Michael, in case I refer to him as Michael. And he drops all the links for the videos in there to make them easy for you to reference, because there are a lot of questions that are much more easily answered with just dropping the video in there so you can check it out. It'll walk you right through what you're looking to figure out how to do. All right, let's go see what else we've got going on. So how many questions do we have, babe?
We have 13.
13 questions already. Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
That's a lot of questions.
This is only the third.
So I didn't really get a chance to say hi to you.
You didn't.
You know?
You didn't.
You're looking mighty fine tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I bet you're happy to see me again. It's only been a week, but you know.
It's been a week. It's been a week. Unfortunately, it hasn't been a long enough week.
What do you mean?
Because here you are again.
Well,
I know.
I know you couldn't wait to see this man of a man.
Yeah, well, some people might think so.
Well, gee whiz.
Like you.
Psh. Well, get on with the questions then, I suppose.
Okay. Maybe we'll chat later.
All right.
Okay. Next question. How long will it take to reach 1,000 subs when I upload twice a day?
How long will it take me to reach 1,000 subs if I upload twice a day? Well, that's an interesting question. Let's go over here. So, reaching 1,000 subscribers if you're releasing twice a day will take exactly as much time as it takes to actually get views on the releases. So you can probably get 2,000 subscribers in a week if you release a video, just one, that does really well. You can release twice a day videos that nobody watches and get 0 subscribers. It's very possible. Subscriber numbers are directly relational to the number of views that you get on your channel. So just as a point of reference, I'm probably going to get about 1 million views on this channel this month, and that should equate to around 20,000 subscribers. So if you parse that out, and every channel's different, and every percentage of views to subscribers is different, but generally speaking, that's the rule that my channel tends to follow. So if I get 500,000 views, I generally get between 9,000 and 10,000 subscribers. If I get 1 million views, I tend to get about 20,000 subscribers in that month. So that's how this works. Wow, there's a fly in here. I thought it was too cold for those little buggers. That's how it works. You are not going to get subscribers based on putting out any videos. You're going to get subscribers based on views. You can look at your YouTube channel as, you look at each video as a sales pitch, basically. When you put out a video, you are trying to sell you, or whatever it is that you are actually doing your content on. And for every person who watches that video, you know, that's good. That's somebody coming into your showroom to check out your cars. For every person that clicks on that subscribe button, that is an actual sale. That means that your video was interesting enough for that person to say, yep, I want to see more. And so you have to just look at it as if you're creating, hey, thank you, Andy. I appreciate it. If you're in here, please do go ahead and say hi in the chat. So the point is that for every subscriber you get or sale on your video, you have to work for that. You have to cultivate your videos in order to reach a specific audience. So releasing 2 videos a day isn't going to do absolutely anything for you unless, of course, your videos are getting views. And there is a heck of a lot more science to getting views than just releasing content. It's a big part of it. Consistency is absolutely a huge, huge, huge part of becoming successful on YouTube. but you can consistently release garbage every single day and no one will watch. So consistently releasing content that has an audience that of people that want to see it, that's how you're going to grow. So hopefully that helps you out. I hate to see people get into the subscriber trap, because the reality is that subscribers really don't matter. Views matter. Subscribers will come when you get views. And so what we try to do in the membership program with the Membership Masters is teach folks how to find an audience, because when YouTube helps you to find an audience, that's when you get views. So, and by the way, if anybody has any questions, please do leave them on the forum. I'd be more than happy to answer them. I really like that question. That's a fun question to answer. I appreciate that. I appreciate that one. Let's go get another one. All right, babe. What do we got?
All right. The next question is from Bear. Hey, Bear. He does say hi to us. Hey,
What's
Bear.
up, Bear? Bear's hanging out, man.
Bear's hanging out. Yeah.
Bear's one of my members. He's awesome. He's very, very knowledgeable. In fact, the emotes that our new members are able to use tonight, the new ones were created by Bear. He's very, very good at what he does.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. He's also
Cool.
named after a super cool animal. So there's that.
Yes, there is that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay,
I like
question.
bears.
Says, my question is about hotkeys. When in OBS would you recommend nested scenes with hotkeys or individual scenes and hotkeys? And can you explain how nested would be a good idea for an easier kill switch if need be?
Can you just repeat that for me, please? I was
sure
busy
can.
thinking about
Are you,
Doritos and stuff,
are
man.
you zoning, man?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, are you ready to pay attention?
I'm ready.
All right. Question is about hotkeys. When in OBS would you recommend nested scenes with hotkeys or individual scenes and hotkeys? And can you explain how nested would be a good idea for an easier kill switch if need be?
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's go over here for a second. So let me get my serious face on. All right. So nested scenes are perfect for any time that you want to set up complex things for one asset, or a group of things that all relate to one another. So setting up a soundboard, basically a scene. Let me go over to my tutorial scene. So I would set up a scene right over here that would be called soundboard, and in the sources I would load up all of my sounds that I might want to use, and then I can use that nested soundboard scene. I can just stick it in any of my other scenes, and boom, I have a soundboard. So excuse me. So essentially you are sticking all of your assets into sources, and you're going to take that soundboard and you're going to be able to use it right in any scene. And that is where you want to set up your hotkeys to operate something like a soundboard. Now, as far as a kill switch, I'm assuming you're talking about if you have a guest and you need to dump your guest out of your live stream because of language or whatever. And you can definitely put them in a nested scene, but it's not going to be any easier to dump them from a nested scene than it would be to just, click their visible thing and basically dump them from the scene or dump their audio. I suppose, well, really it's just as simple to set up a hotkey from any location where you can just click that hotkey and their audio goes mute, or you dump their visuals, or whatever you wanted to do. So the actual kill switch of your live stream is not going to be made any easier by using a nested scene than it would be by using anything else. For nested scenes, things I use them for, stuff like this camera that I have right now with the camera overlays on it and that sort of stuff. Those have I'll set up completely in one nested scene, so I can add them into different scenes. It also allows me to set up different cameras. So in this particular scene, I have it shaped like this, but if I go over to my main scene, it's just a square camera. It makes it easier for me to set it up so I have different shapes of cameras and that sort of stuff. If I'm going to use a face cam, like a traditional face cam like you see on Twitch that has all of the alerts in it, I'll literally set up the face cam with the camera, with the alerts, all built right into that little nested scene so I can just kind of stick it in wherever I want. So that's the kind of thing that I'll do. That way, if I put any effects on my camera or anything like that, that will just work in every scene that I put it into. So generally speaking, you want to create a nested scene for anything that you want to be grouped together so you could put it in a scene and move it around however you want it. And that is definitely the best way to use a nested scene. All right, I hope that answers your question, Bear. Let's go and see what we've got going on the Monica question cam here.
Okay.
What you got going on, babe?
Hold on, I'm working through some questions here. This is a two-part question, but I believe they were submitted at different times, so I'm trying to pull it together. So
all right.
This is TTV, something about nothing.
Hello, TTV, something about nothing. Which
Yes.
is always something nice. That's my conversations with Monica every day. It's a lot of talk about nothing.
Yep. Pretty much.
It's how we live our life, baby. It's what keeps us sane.
Okay, so this first part is I want to make an original channel intro stinger for OBS. What free program can I use? And then let me get to the second part. Hold on.
Well, let me answer this question part first. So the program that I would use to do any animated stinger type stuff for whatever you want to use it for would be DaVinci Resolve. Pretty much I have lots of stinger videos on here that show you how to create things in DaVinci Resolve and After Effects and Premiere Pro. Anything that you can do in After Effects or Premiere Pro, you can easily do in DaVinci Resolve as well, and it's free. So that would be the program that I would use in order to do what you're trying to do. So that's, hold on. Okay, so he has an intro and he doesn't like it, according to what Monica just said. And in that case, yeah, if you're not adverse to spending any money, I would use Placeit. You could have, you could put your logo in an intro that takes about 30 seconds, and boom. And it doesn't cost much to use Placeit and download as much as you want, literally as much as you want, over a month or two period for like, I don't know, $8, $10 a month. It's worth every penny. So there you go. That's you know, that's probably the angle that I would take, would be something like that. But then again, you know, I understand everybody has a budget and not everyone's budget includes spending any money. If you don't have any money, DaVinci Resolve is going to be the answer for you. More than likely. All right. Let's go and let's go. We got a lot of trolls going on in the chat tonight, it looks like. Did you notice that, honey?
I am just actually seeing it now. I don't have a lot of time to watch it, but yeah, not sure what's going on.
I don't know. Lots of people.
Yeah.
Lots of people coming in here, and I don't know what they're whining about, apparently, because I can't see. It was all hidden. But either way, I don't know what the trolls are all about.
I did see the Tat Man showed up, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did, yes.
Oh, and then we've got Sub for Subbers coming in. That's what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really like that here.
No, maybe it's time for me to take a moment and explain why Sub for Sub doesn't work. So let me go over to my main screen here. All right, so for everyone who comes in here asking, subscribe to me and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff, I'm just going to explain to you why it doesn't work. And in fact, I'm going to explain to you why not only does it not work, but it will damage your channel and make it more difficult for you to actually get the success that you want. Sub for Sub doesn't work because You will sub to somebody's channel just because they asked you to do it, and they'll sub to your channel. And so then you basically have a viewer, except for they're not a viewer. It's just a subscriber. And the more subscribers you get, the more YouTube gauges your, shall we say, your video's success on what your subscribers do. So if your subscribers are only subscribed to you because you asked them to subscribe, but they're not interested in your content, you could have 500 subscribers, and when you put a video out, none of them watch. YouTube automatically assumes that that video sucks. They're not going to bother to share it with anyone. You're actually hurting your odds of getting a channel that's successful. Whereas if you have 0 subscribers and you put out an epic video that tells a great story and is of a genre that people actually want to see, YouTube will find a way to find an audience for that video. I promise you. They will find a way to find an audience for that video. So if you're out there doing sub for sub, thinking somehow that actually helps your channel, it's not like I haven't been there. I've been doing YouTube for a long time, a long time. And so I've been involved in all sorts of communities that were like that. And I'm just going to flat out tell you, it doesn't work. It hurts you more than it helps you. The best way to help yourself is to create better content in a niche. If you do that, if you follow that rule of thumb and you consistently create good content in a single niche, you will absolutely be successful. And then you don't need to waste all that time going on live streams asking for people to sub to you, because all you're really doing there is hurting your channel. So I hope that that helps a few people out there who are just consistently blowing time in live streams asking for subscribers. It just doesn't work. So there you have it. Well, I appreciate all the agreement. Unfortunately, I had to learn all this the really hard way. So it's unfortunately coming from a place of experience as well as everything else. I'm going to be honest with you, that is what makes the success that I'm having right now that much sweeter. That I went through all that stuff and I learned all those bad lessons the hard way. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. Let's go see what the next question is.
We do actually have somebody in the chat asking about watching this on replay afterwards. Do you want to bring up your streaming channel?
Possibly. That's not a bad idea. Let me go back over to the main screen. All right, so the videos, the live streams are going to show up here on this channel for about 24 hours. Then they're going to be downloaded and unlisted here, and they're going to get moved over to a new channel that I just created. It's called Michael Feyrer Jr. Live. Michael Panetta, hopefully Tech Examine, can drop a link to the new channel in here. And what's going to be on that channel? Well, occasionally I'm going to do stuff that's totally out of the realm of live streaming that may have something to do with just vlogging or whatever. There's also going to be a little bit of an aggregate of this. There's going to be a little bit of an aggregate of this live stream on there, like, the 3 or 4 best questions, funniest moments, if there happen to be any funny moments, things like that. We're going to do little short clips of that because I always talk about how important it is for folks who want to run a live stream to take that live stream and create video content from it. I haven't personally been doing very much of that in my live streams. And so I wanted to, first of all, create a live streaming channel that eventually this live stream will move to. But also I want to, I want to put that stuff out there so that people have a way to watch excerpts from the live stream that they might find interesting, and they might, and they can watch the full live stream over there, because I've basically been just leaving them up for 24 hours or 48 hours and then completely unlisting them. So anyone who wants to have the opportunity to check out that channel, it currently has like 14 subscribers because it used to be something else. It is going to be completely for all the live content that I create here is eventually going to be aggregated over there. And in fact, eventually this live stream itself is going to go ahead and go over to that channel as well. So there you go. I'm looking forward to it. It's a little bit of a new experiment for me. It should be a lot of fun. Let's go see what the next question is. All right, babe.
All right.
Hey, is there any way you can adjust down a little bit the camera?
Okay, sure.
There we go.
Better?
That's better. That fills you up on the screen.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now I'm filled up.
Woohoo! You fill me up. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. It's not that kind of a channel.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay. Next question is from the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper. Hello.
How do I achieve what is shown in the thumbnail on the 2 PC setup? Also, the same for the audio, if applicable.
All right. So I have a group of different videos that you can refer to. The first thing is how do you achieve what is seen in the thumbnail, which is this. And that's very simple. Michael can drop a link in there. Tech Examine can drop a link in there to that particular video. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter how many PCs. You can do it on either one. You don't need a 2 PC setup to do this. I do it right here in Snap Camera. And Michael will drop a link in order to show you how to do that. And if you want to do voices, I just had everything disappear, which I don't know why. It just minimized everything. So I have to get everything back up. There we go. It moved you onto a different screen. Yeah. All right. That's not helpful. There we go. I don't know. That screen must have just had a weird hiccup and it threw everything off. So you don't need multiple screens in order to do any of this stuff. What I use to do all the voices is this right here. It is Voice Mod. Tech Examine, can you drop a link in there to changing your voice with Voice Mod? And that will pretty much get you to exactly what you see in the thumbnail. You don't actually need to have 2 screens to do it, or 2 computers or anything like that. In fact, this computer right here that I'm using is pretty doggone old. Dr. Rob Allen says we had a little bit of a dang updates problem, and he's not wrong. Updates, they mess you up every single time. That's why people ask, oh, have you gone to Windows 11? No, I haven't gone to Windows 11. And I actually learned that apparently Windows 11 really isn't posting 3 seconds from the future. Yes, you are. Now, Windows 11 won't even run on my system, so that tells you how old my system is. Let's go and see what we got going on with the Monica question can. So how many questions do we have, Pumpkin?
20.
And how many are we on?
7.
Wow. All right. Well, let's get to 10, and then I have some. You know what? No, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it right now.
You do it.
Hold on. I'm doing it right now. So I've answered your questions. Now you guys get to answer my question. Let's do this. All right, pretty simple question. Would you buy overlays on Feyrer? You know, I'm just interested to see. Type 1 for yes and 2 for no. Let's get it popping so we can see what you guys think. I don't know if you guys had watched my video today. Man, I was just disappointed with Feyrer, but man, lots of no's in there. Lots of no's. Cool. Well, not cool. I mean, some people might like Feyrer. There are definitely folks out there that might like it. Yeah, there are definitely people that had good experiences on Feyrer that weren't necessarily mine. So I just wanted to see how many folks were hanging out here that might have had a good experience by yours better. Well, you know, Dr. Rob Allen, that's not going to be an impossibility at some point in the near future, I hope. All right, cool. We have over... What's that? Oh, actually, I have no idea what that is. I thought you meant for a Feyrer. The Toolman. I did a video today that was the extension of my ridiculous, bizarre situation that happened on Feyrer. Feyrer is basically it's a platform where you can go and kind of pay to have services. Like I paid to have overlay, like a stream pack created with overlays and the whole 9 yards. And yeah, it's it's kind of messy. It's kind of messy, the whole outcome of that. But yeah, you'll have to check it out and see what you think. But thanks for the info, guys. Let's go back and get a question.
Okay. This question comes from Nope. Are you
Hello,
aware...
Nope.
Nope, yes.
Nope.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you use 2 or more iPhones as cameras simultaneously in OBS?
All right. So, I have a video that I did that shows you how to use iPhones as a camera. I believe it used to be called OBS Ninja. Now it is called OBS Video or something like that. Tech Examined is going to drop a link in the chat right now that can take you to that video. As far as I know, there is absolutely no reason why, if you have multiple iPhones, you couldn't add them in with that app. So if you want to check it out, definitely do that. Now, if you want to show your iPhone screen on your live stream, I do have a video coming out for that on Friday. So for all of those people who ask questions about how do I stream iPhone games or Android games on my live stream, you will have those questions answered on Friday. But Michael, Tech Examined just dropped the phone webcam in there so that you can check it out. Right there is the actual link to it, so that you could check it out. And let's go see what another one is. Droid Cam OBS, totally you can use 2 iPhones. So that may be another option. That would be Andy Mecca says Droid Cam OBS. Totally you can use 2 iPhones. I don't know that that's the solution that I used. I used a different one. Either way, they're all free. And I'm pretty sure you can do OBS, or you can do multiple iPhones if you happen to have them. So there you go. The link is the one that Michael just dropped. So let's go ahead and go and see what we got going on the Monica question cam. See what's next.
Okay, next is
All right, well, we're going to be going away in a second. Dr. Rob Allen hooked us up. So...
Thank you, Dr. Rob.
If it's going to work. Yeah, there it goes. Woohoo! Thank you, Dr. Rob Allen. Says, I like the free ones you gave out. So make more, and I would rather get them from you, sir. Smiling face. Well, thank you, Dr. Rob Allen. I do like to do those tutorials, and I'm not going to stop doing them. It's a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm wearing my favorite shirt. Can you guys see that? Probably not. Probably not. Because I'm too overdressed. There we go. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, huh? Woo. It pretty much sums up my life. I had to wait until I was this old just to find my thing on YouTube. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Dr. Rob Allen, for the super chat. I really, really do appreciate it. Let's pop over and see what the next question is.
Next question is from Rusty Dog.
Rusty dog. Must be an electronic one.
Maybe. A question.
He's
Why
probably
are you
living in the
still-
Northeast for sure. You know,
Why?
'cause you're not going to get rusty dogs down south. They don't salt the roads. You know,
Yeah.
it's
doesn't
just
get
up here.
cold. Yep.
Yeah.
Just East Coast. Why are you still doing stuff about Streamlabs OBS after what Streamlabs did? I ditched them.
Oh, what a great question. All right, so I'm still doing stuff about Streamlabs OBS, and I will still continue to do stuff about Streamlabs OBS because I do not work for Streamlabs OBS, and I do not choose what my viewers use. I have lots and lots of viewers, and there will continue to be lots and lots of viewers who will find Streamlabs OBS and have no idea what Streamlabs did to anybody. And as long as there are people out there who, as long as there are people out there who are using it and looking for answers to their questions, I will continue to answer them because it is not my job to judge how somebody is supposed to feel about what a company does or does not do. That's why I'm going to keep doing Streamlabs stuff. It's an inferior product, and I do not believe that people should be using it. And I will always encourage people who do use Streamlabs OBS that they should take up OBS because it's a better product. But I can't stop people from using it. And if I'm being honest, new people coming to live streaming find it easier, and I want to find a way to get them interested in doing more, because I think when they get interested in doing more, they're going to start using regular OBS anyways. So I hope that answers your question, Rusty Dog. I do appreciate it. I'm actually going to be doing, I think I actually have 3 videos that I filmed before any of the Streamlabs stuff even happened, and I had to think about whether I was going to release them or not. And at the end of the day, in every one of my videos, you can go through the comments and you're going to see at least 10 questions saying, can you do this on Streamlabs? Can you do this on Streamlabs? I can't just leave those people who are looking for answers who use Streamlabs out of the equation. So luckily, I did ask the question of my audience a couple of weeks back how they felt about me doing that content. And I really do appreciate that my audience is like, well, you know, those folks have to have a place to go to find answers to their questions as well. So thanks, Rusty Dog. I do appreciate the opportunity to actually explain that. Hey, we've got a Dusty sighting.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him.
Me too.
Woo! All right.
Place to lay down.
Oh, well, he's gonna warm some laps.
Yep.
All right. What do we got next?
Okay, next question. There's no name on it. It just says how.
No name. Hello.
No name. Yes.
Thank you for your question.
How do I use the YouTube activity feed in a dock? DOCK.
All right. So by activity feed, I'm assuming you are referring to the chat. I'm assuming. But you can use anything in a dock. Let me show you over here on our main screen, or on our tutorial screen. All right, so anything that I wanted to use, like let's say I wanted to use the URL from my chat as a doc. I'm just gonna copy it. I actually have it on the other screen. I can go into Tools, or into View, go to Docs, and then I can go to my custom browser docs, and we're gonna add YouTube chat. So as long as your activity feed has a URL, you can do this. I'm just letting you know. And then we're gonna go, and that's probably not what I'm looking for here. Let me copy it again. Let's copy it again. There we go. And we'll paste it in here. So I just take that URL and I apply it, and there we go. So now we have our YouTube chat, and I just dock it over here, and bada bing. Now it is docked in OBS. Woohoo! It's pretty easy stuff. Anything that has a URL, you can dock in OBS by using the exact same thing. Go up to the top of the page, you get the URL, You create your own. You go into View, Docs, and Custom Browser Docs. You paste it in there, and you are all set. So I hope that answers your question. I think it probably does. I think we got right to that. That was a good question. I like it. Let's go get some more questions. Woohoo!
Yes, hold on. I am.
Were you taking a nap?
Nope, I'm here. I lost. Okay, I'm here. Are you ready for the next question? I apologize.
I'm ready.
Ready. Okay, this question is from Blue-Eyed Skidee.
Hello, Blue-Eyed Skidee!
How do you change pictures and sound in Stream Elements for alerts?
All right, that's a cool one. Let's go over here to the tutorial, and we're going to change pictures and sounds. So we're going to have to go into Stream Elements, and let's see here. All right, so let's see. Do I actually have my Stream Elements up? I think I do. It should be right here. All right, so let's just create a new overlay. And invalid authorization token. That's not good. All right. Let's see here. Oh, we're good. Everything. Oh, I don't really want to be showing that stuff on a live stream. So let's go over here. I may not be able to create a new overlay to show you. Let's just go to an old overlay. Let's go to this one. So it's not going to let me into my Stream Elements account for whatever reason. Let me see if I can reload this here. And I'm going to go back to my main screen here so I can log in. And once we do that, oh, look at us. Hello. Oh, we've got us. Federico Ruiz, hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, goodness. I'm back into Stream Elements so I can get to that question in just a moment, but I just want to say thank you so much. Wow. Can jam it out a little bit. This is the first time I've seen Federico in the chat, and I definitely appreciate you hanging out. Man, it's good to have so many new people. How many folks do we actually have on the stream this evening so far? We are up to 52 concurrent viewers. Wow. That is awesome. 56 thumbs up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do. And I definitely want to say thank you, Federico Ruiz, for the super chat. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, so here we are. We're going to go to our dashboard. Now I should be able to show you what we're doing here. We'll go to my overlays, see if it'll let me create a new overlay now. There we go. All right, so we want to add a widget. Let's say we want to add an alert box widget, and I need to go over to the tutorial screen. Oh, there we go. I think we're going to get whisked off here, though. We are. Wow, nice. Thank you so much. Old Steiner S. Sversen? Am I getting that right? Big hello from Norway. Well, you know what? Then we need to go to this one. Yeah.
Oh, switching me back and forth? Come on now. I'm looking very Nordic right now. Oh yeah. Get Nordic with it. I do can say I was gonna get medieval in this live stream. And here we go. Yeah! So bad, yet so good. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Old Steiner S. Sverin. Now, man, I'm sorry for butchering your name, but I do thank you infinitely for the awesome super chat. You're the best. Let's, here we go. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm still a Viking, apparently.
There we go. Now I'm not the Viking anymore. All right, so I have to move my icon over here. And so now we are here. And so we have the subscriber alerts right here, the member alerts, all that stuff. So if we created our own custom animation, I have a few in here. You go up here, you can change the image. So if you wanted to use an image, it shows which images are already in here. Some of them I put in here, some of them I didn't. Chances are you're going to be working with changing the video files. You can go in here and you can upload your own video files to use as alerts. I actually have some interesting ones that I use, and then there's some bad ones. You can see right here are the video files that are for my main tutorial page. And then down here, these are all ones that are in they're in already. So if I wanted to choose one, I'm probably going to choose the image ones, because if you create them as an animated GIF, they're just so much smaller. And these, let's see, if I wanted a new, what do we choose here? The subscriber alert. Let's go with the new subscriber. We'll submit that. And so now if I play a new subscriber event, you can see it right there. All we have to do is move our text up. So in order to do that, we would go down here to our text settings, I believe. And we go into advanced, and we're just going to move the padding and all that stuff up or down. And we'll try to emulate it just to see which way our text moves. And it didn't seem to move very in the right direction there. So let's just keep, oh, we're going the wrong way. See what happens when you go the wrong way? So, but you could see what this is doing. You can actually see a little bit of an outline on there. It'll show you where how the text is going. So when it gets to where you want it, try the subscriber event. Oh, we're still not there. We're still not there. And so we get it up into our little box right there. And you have to understand too, you see that kind of interacting in a weird way. That's not terribly unusual. And now if we wanted to, I could find, I can shrink the text and all that stuff so it fits into the box. I'm not going to show you how to do that. I actually do have some video content that shows you how to do all of this stuff in Stream Elements, and hopefully Michael can drop the video link down there to let folks know exactly how to go ahead and do that. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out. All right, let's go back and we'll go back into our Monica question cam.
Yes. We're getting questions on the face cam. Do you just want to quick go through about how you're getting the different faces and, how to make
what
the transition?
Sort of questions? If they have a question, they can leave it in the form. It's fine. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. The
Because
next
Michael
one...
will usually drop links in there for the videos if somebody's asking about it. So we should be good. What's the next question?
Okay. All right. XTC Technologies saying,
hello, XTC Technologies.
What music do you use on your stream starting soon screen, and where did you get your stream transitions?
My stream starting soon. Oh my goodness. All right. This is a fun question. The stream starting soon screen is my music. It was the first thing I ever did before I even made my first YouTube videos. I said, Well, I don't know how to find music that I'm allowed to use in my live stream. I didn't have any money, so I couldn't go to like Epidemic Sounds or anything like that. So I broke out GarageBand and I wrote like 5 or 6 or 8 songs that I used over and over and over again in all my first videos. And believe it or not, that little stupid song is the one that's actually in my intro video. So, so there you go. That one's mine. There was a second part to that question. What was it? All my stream transitions that I use right now were created by me. There are videos out there. That show you how to do the stingers. And by stingers, I assume you're meaning what I'm using to transfer from one scene to another. So like on this scene, if I click my transition button here, you can see that little blue and white thing that flies through there. I actually have a video that shows you how to create that. And Tech Examine can drop the link in there to that stinger video. I believe if you're searching for it, Michael, it should be something about stinger videos creation or create your own stinger. I have 2 or 3 videos showing you how to create that stinger, and some that are much more complex than that stinger as well. If you're talking about the video transitions that I use at the very beginning, I have the starting soon screen, and then I have the countdown timer, and then I have a branding bumper. If you're talking about those scenes, every one of those scenes I downloaded directly from Placeit. Envato Placeit is an awesome tool. In fact, I have a video that I show at the end of my stream that talks a little bit more about it. If you're interested in checking out Envato Placeit, I have a link in the description so you can check it out. It's absolutely a really, really fantastic tool to create bumpers and branding and intros and everything that you could possibly want to do. It takes literally 30 seconds. My logo that I use was created in Placeit and all that kind of stuff. So Placeit is an awesome, awesome, awesome tool. Let's go get another question. Actually, how many questions do we have, Pumpkin?
23.
And what number are we on?
15.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go ask my question. I think it's time for that, don't you think? So you get to answer questions as well. So let's go to the next one. All right, so this one is for Monica, of course. And, you know, this is inquiring minds really want to know. So, go ahead and put your answers in there. We've got 1 for needs a haircut, or 2, the longer hair only improves on perfection. Let me know and let Monica know in the comments. Because I can tell you right now, inquiring minds definitely want to know on this one. And for those wondering, the bumper, the video that I use for this transition to ask these questions, also created on Placeit in just a couple of minutes. Monica right now is she's tabulating, she's calculating. How many? How many? What does Monica want? Michael, that doesn't matter, okay? My YouTube audience is much more important than what Monica wants to do with my hair, okay? So come on, I want to make sure we hear from everybody. Oh, see? There we go. We're hearing from everybody. Rusty Dog says number 1. Doesn't like the longer hair. We got Fiveable and Among Us. They're going with the number 2s. Nary is going number 2. Look at this. We've got lots of number 2s, honey. Toolman goes with number 2. They like a man with a little mane, you know? That's what I was thinking too. You know. But hey, what do I know? Who won that one, honey? Dr. Rob Allen says, happy wife, happy life. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, I can make her happy with hair that's a little longer. It's going to be okay. We'll see. It all depends what the audience wants, you know? That's all that matters. All right. Let's go get another question. All right,
Well,
babe.
thanks.
So
Yep,
well,
yep.
there you go. You wanted
There
to
you go.
know. Inquiring minds
I
wanted to
did not
know.
ask that question. You posed that question for me. All I said to you was, "Don't you think you're going to get a haircut?"
So, all right, dudes. So I'm just going to talk to the dudes out there for a second.
Okay,
When
go
the
for it.
wife says, "Don't you think? Are you going to get a haircut?" In your head, what is that actually saying? Because it's not like, are you going to get a haircut? It's really like, you should get a haircut. She's trying to use that psychology that says, I don't want to tell him to get a haircut because then, he'll think I'm telling him to do something. It's more like, I want to tell him so he decides to get a haircut. That's what that psychology is. Am I wrong on this? Am I wrong? No? You're not answering, honey?
Hey, you were talking to the dudes out there. I'm letting the dudes take care of you.
I see. All right. You know I'm right. Let's get to the next question, baby.
Oh, okay. The next question comes from, it looks like,
Lady Lauren says, that's a baited question. Yes, exactly. Are you getting a haircut? That's really saying, get a haircut.
yes.
But my
that's it.
audience says, maybe I don't need a haircut.
Well,
It's not very long at all. I don't know it's not a big deal.
hey, whatever makes you happy.
All right. I'm going to keep that in mind.
That's what I say on camera.
Oh.
Okay, next question comes from Shay's Take On.
Hello, Shays. It's
What
different than
are-
Shay's Takeout, I would guess.
I probably I would think
Yep.
so. Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right.
What are the H.264 Intel settings for OBS?
Well, let's get into it. So the H.264 settings for OBS are going to vary depending upon your computer. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is determine what your computer can handle. Now, if you're going to stream to OBS, if you're going to stream OBS to YouTube, and you are going to use H.264, you're going to stream ideally at 6,000 kilobits per second. And you're probably going to stream at very fast. That's pretty good quality. And really, that's where you're going to be set. But your machine may not be able to handle that. And so you have to test that. Now, if you're interested in testing that, if you're having problems with those sorts of settings for X264, you go into View and you go into Stats and you bring up your stats dock and it tells you what your computer is doing. So you can see here, I've got, let me bring up my stats dock for the one that's actually live streaming, so you get a better idea of what my computer is doing at the moment. So here you go. You can see I've got 0 megabyte space available. I don't even know how that's possible, so that's obviously wrong. But over the course of this live stream, I have I'm running at a 6.4 CPU usage. I have dropped exactly 0 frames due to render lag or skipped frames. And then you can see down here in live streaming, 0 frames dropped on the entire broadcast, which is epic. I'm going to go for a record. Total data output and my current bit rate. So you can see I'm streaming at 6,000 kilobits per second. Now you have to determine whether this is going to tell you if down here your bit rate is not holding up at 6,000 and you're getting lots of drop frames here. That tells you your internet connection is not fast enough to handle the live stream. If you're dropping frames up here due to render lag and encoding lag, that tells you your computer is not fast enough to handle encoding it to send it out. And so there are a couple of ways to fix that. And Michael, if you could drop a link down in the chat to the specific video on fixing that sort of stuff, I would really appreciate it. It was one of my most popular videos not too long ago, so that will definitely help you out. And let's go and see what the next question is. What do you got, babe?
This one is from Kingdom Refuge Center.
Hello, Kingdom Refuge Center.
How can I listen to myself with my background music real time when live streaming?
Well, that's no problem. All right, let's go over here, and we're going to go into the tutorial screen. I'm going to close that out, and we're going to move me up here. Oh, no. Come on now. We could do this. Oh, come on. Come on already. There we go. All right. So, how do you listen to yourself? Well, let's go into my video capture device. We're just going to load it up here. And we're going to go down and we're going to put our audio in here. And I'm going to use a proper device. So there we go. So now we're going to have a camera loaded in here with audio. You can see the audio right here. I'm going to go and click on there, go to Advanced Audio Properties. And here's where I can set my monitoring. Right now it's monitor off. If I wanted to actually physically hear the voices in my head, no. If I wanted to actually hear my voice, I would change it from monitor off to monitor and output. That means I'm listening to it through the monitor and it's outputting to the live stream. If I just wanted to hear my voice or whatever, but I didn't want it to go to the stream, then I would click on monitor only. And you can do this with anything that you add in here. So if I were to add my desktop audio into here. So this is the audio that's in my headphones. We'll add it right there. So if I was playing music or something through desktop audio, now if I go into my audio properties, I could decide that maybe I'm playing music through my audio output capture. So I don't want that to go to the stream. I just want it to monitor in my headphones, and I want my voice to go out to the stream. So you can change these up to anything that you want based on the circumstances for your stream. And there you go. That's how you set up your audio and change how you're listening to it. Now, the one thing that you may not know or understand is you have to go into settings and you have to tell OBS what your monitoring device is. So let me move this over here so we're definitely seeing it. And then I can go into audio and I have to go right here to advanced and I have to tell OBS what my monitoring device is. So if I'm going to be listening to my stream on headphones, I have to drop this down and select headphones. If I'm going to be listening to it through the speakers, I have to select speakers. And you don't want to be listening to it through your speakers because that will just go back into your microphone and that will cause all kinds of nasty problems. So there you go. You have to make sure that you have your audio monitoring device set up properly in order to do that. All right, let's go see what we've got going on for the next question. What do you got, baby?
Okay. This one says, talking format on live and recorded uploads. Did I hear you correctly in a past video that YouTube likes or prefers it when it's non-stop talking? I noticed that on some videos, and quite frankly, it drives me crazy. So is that a suggestion or a requirement? And if a requirement, do they say anything if it's not done that way?
All right, so this is more of a philosophical question than anything else. You can create YouTube content that doesn't have any talking at all. But it has to be something that people actually want to watch. Hey, Jelly Duck's in the house. What's up, Jelly? In other words, you don't have to have constant talking. to have a successful YouTube video. You just have to have quality content. You have to be telling a story where people are entertained through each moment of the story, especially with kids today who are mostly watching YouTube. Creating content that moves quickly, that gets to the point, that answers their questions, or is structured in such a way as they can get the information as fast as possible. That's what they want. That's what they're interested in. I know for people like me, I'm perfectly fine watching an older movie with a slower pace. But that's not the world we live in anymore, and that's not what these kids want to see. So if you create content for your audience, then you're going to probably find better success. And that is not to say that you cannot find success with slower content and all that stuff. But that kind of content had better be really, really good and really, really well thought out to tell a story that people actually care about and are interested in. And if you do that, then it doesn't matter what the pacing is. People will watch. People will always watch great content, and YouTube will always suggest great content when it's done. You know, assuming that someone didn't spend 4 years sub for subbing, and putting out great content isn't going to matter because none of their subscribers are going to watch it. If their subscribers don't watch it, well, then YouTube won't suggest it to anyone because they still are going to think it stinks. So if you create great content, people will watch it irregardless of the format of the great content. So no, you don't have to be speaking every second. With that being said, if you are new to live streaming and you're going to start a live stream where you want to gain an audience, you have to remember that there's a thing called latency. And what latency is it's a 3 to 5 second delay from anything that I say until my audience gets to see it. So if I'm just kind of leaning back, sitting here on the stream, waiting for somebody to say something in chat over here, by the time they say something, I can talk to that person and they're probably already gone. They're already gone because they've just waited almost 10 seconds for me to see their chat and then say something to them. Which is why if you're going to go live and you're going to start a new live channel, you must be talking all the time and entertaining all the time in order to catch the people who pop into your stream when there's latency. It's just the way it is. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's get on and see what the next one is. How many questions do we got, babe? What are we at?
We're at 27. We have 27, and we're asking question 20.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ask another one of my questions then.
All right.
Because we're really caught up. If you guys have a question, don't hesitate to drop it into the form, and we will get to it. We get to all the questions, and we answer them in order. I'm going to go over here, and we're going to go, I think we're on question 3. This is pretty simple. Do you guys like content on OBS plugins and filters, or would you rather see more content on OBS tricks and optimization and stuff like that? I thoroughly enjoy both types of content, but I'm really interested to know what you guys want to see and what type of content you like to click on. So OBS plugins would be stuff like the move transition, the audio plugin, things like that. OBS tricks and optimization would be something like how I would use that plugin to make my live stream better. So things like that. I like to always do a video when I find a new plugin on how to use that plugin. And then I also like to eventually do a video on how I actually inevitably use that plugin. So I have a new video. I just did a video a couple of weeks ago on the Win Audio, for example, which is probably the greatest tool ever made for OBS because it makes doing separating out your audio so easy. compared to something like Voice Meter and all that other stuff. So my next video is going to be how to use Win Audio in nested scenes to create audio profiles so that in one scene you can have, you know, all of the audio that you're looking for, and in another scene you can have a completely different audio profile with all of the other sort of stuff. So the first video was kind of like type 1, and the second video was kind of like type 2, where I take everything to the next level and show you how to get the most out of it. And it seems like people enjoy both videos, which is good. That is awesome. Okay, thank you for the feedback, guys. Let's go get the next question. Oh, yeah, you're up, baby.
I know, I'm up. Okay. I know, I'm just okay. How to make a fade when changing scenes.
How to make a fade when changing scenes. Man,
Or
this might
fade
be
in
the...
and out, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's... Can you just read the question again, Pumpkin? Do we know who the question asker is?
There is no question asker. It just says how to make fade when changing scene.
All right. All right. I had to get this one in there just for Trevor, because, you know.
Trevor may have gone. I thought I saw him say he was leaving, but
Oh man, Trevor. Well, now that donkey went all to waste. All right, how do we do a fade when changing scenes? Let's create a couple of scenes here. For this scene, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add a video capture device. We'll add a camera. It's going to be easy, right? It's going to be easy. We'll add a microphone in there too. Why not? We definitely don't want to add cameras without microphones, right? All right, and we're going to create a second scene. We're going to call this one Scene 2. I know that's pretty original. And for this one, we're going to add a let's just put an image in here. I don't know what image, but we'll find something. Maybe. You know what? Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to use an image. We don't want to change it up. We're going to use a video because we can't change what we always do. We have to do everything the same way. Otherwise, it might confuse people. They might be like, Mike, you always use that other video. Why are you... Oh, you know what? Yeah, so we're going to go in here, and we're going to use this, and we'll go with this one, because I know there are people that are sick and tired of this video. It's going to be awesome. There we go. All right, so now we have two scenes. Look at that. And we have the fade already in here. So in order to set up the fade, you go over here, and you have two standard ones, fade and cut. And we'll use the cut one. You can see it just cuts from one scene to another. Or we can use the fade one right here, and that will fade from one to the other. We can actually increase the amount of time that it takes to do the fade right here. And there we go. So now we get a nice slow fade in and out transition from one to the other. And that is how you do a fade transition very, very easily on your live stream. I have to go back and get to the right number here, because that was a slow fade. We don't want to be fading that. Oh, there we go. That's kind of nice. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. 59 people. Nice. Nice. I hope everybody is finding those thumbs up. Let's go see what the next question is. All right, babe.
Okay, next question is from Crow.
Hello, Crow.
Says, is it possible, and this is a longer question, so I'm just going to read through the whole thing. Is it possible to have two OBS instances open at the same time? I want to be able to have replay buffer for one at 60 seconds and the other running at 20 minutes or longer. I tried to do it before, but the second OBS instance just shows a black screen. Also, to push it even farther, would it be possible to have 3 OBS instances with the third one recording? And then he suggested that this would make a great video.
Sure. Hold on a second. Let me go over here. Oh, that's better. No. We're going to go over here into the tutorial screen. So obviously it's possible to have 2 OBS sessions open at the same time because I have this one right here. And this is obviously a second OBS session because if I go to display source or display capture, I can capture Monica. She's looking fine. Or I could capture this display over here, which is my OBS. The problem with the theory that you are trying to use is that it's somewhat faulty. Let me remove this. In other words, you are assuming that you're going to be able to have 3 OBS sources opened and capturing the exact same thing, but you really can't do that. So in other words, what I mean by that is I can't capture this OBS screen and put a replay buffer on it. It just wouldn't make any sense because you're going to get that inception thing if you're trying to capture the screen of a screen that you're already capturing. So you can have multiple, I could have 2 or 3 OBS windows opened, but not all 3 of those OBS windows are going to be showing the exact same thing, because if they are, you get that inception thing that I just showed you where you get a window inside a window inside a window. So that's why you can't really do that. While you can use multiple OBS screens opened, just like I use here, they can't be showing the exact same thing. As far as potentially using a buffer like what you're talking about, it's possible to just do that probably using something like a CamLink Pro, where you separate all your cameras into 3 different inputs, and you put a different replay buffer on each one of the inputs. And so that would probably work. And from what I understand, the CamLink Pro actually has its own built-in encoder, so it doesn't kill your CPU while it's trying to encode or encode those videos. So that would be probably the best way to go. And the biggest problem with that would be taking your camera source and splitting it into 3 or 4 in order to put it in there. So I don't know. That's kind of my thought on that. Oh, he did. Crow put a comment in here. Let's go over to the main screen. And where is it? Did I miss it? Ah, here it is. Let's say, to add more info, I was trying to capture gameplay, but thank you for trying to help. The different buffer size was so I can get shorter clips and longer clips if I have a good session. And you know, Crow, this is actually something that I've been thinking about doing, because right now I'm using an app right here, which I'm telling it when I have a bit or a piece of the stream that I want to save, so that I can create it later into a video that's going to be aggregated for my other channel. So if I answer a good question, I flip it up or down, and that basically means I can just go out, download the stream, and then sync it up with with the information that I gave this, and then create pretty easy clips of everything that I have in my live stream. So that might be an option for you as well, and there definitely will be a video on that. But what you're talking about is actually something I did think about, or was talking about earlier today. What if I wanted to do a replay clip that just showed a goofy replay, but then I also wanted to do something a little longer that might save my whole question? Can I do that? And the long and short of it is that I think you're probably going to have to resort to something like what I'm using here, and just download the live stream later and clip it out. You're using a tool that helps you to clip it out easily, or you might have to do something like the CamLink, where you split your signal into 2 or 3 for your game and you record it. There are also other screen recording tools, like NVIDIA offers one, so you could hit a replay in. You could set it up for 2 different hotkeys, and one hotkey will cause OBS to record like the 20-second replay, and the other hotkey will cause like the longer replay that would trigger in something like the NVIDIA app or something like that. That might be a better way to get done what you're trying to do. So hopefully that helps you out. Let's go get another question. All right.
The next question.
Some good questions tonight for sure, honey. Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, these are different than some we've answered in the past.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You look good tonight. What's you got some new lights or something?
I
Or
got
you
some
just look particularly radiant?
different lighting setup.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what
It's all
it
in the
is.
lights?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all
Man.
in the lights.
So you're not
Just the
you're not-
lighting, trust me.
Yeah. All right. Just checking because you look particularly gorgeous. I mean,
Well, thank
I know I look pretty good tonight too, but you know,
Well,
I always look good.
you always look good according to you. Yes. you
Especially
do.
this hair. Look at this hair. Yeah, this hair looks
I know.
good.
Are you gonna get a haircut?
Oh no,
No.
that's illegal.
No.
where
You
I
like
come
it.
from.
You like it long. Where you come from? Where do you come from?
Well, in here, in the machine world.
Oh,
How do you think I stay looking this good?
I see.
I can eat
That
as much
never-
pizza as I want and I never get fat. It's gonna be awesome.
It is awesome. That's very awesome. You're right.
You should join me. Just plug in, baby.
In the computer world,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
maybe
You should do it. We'll see if we're
Maybe
drawn the same way.
drawn the same way.
Huh?
Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. These are
We'll
the
have to
jokes.
see.
These are the cartoon jokes, baby.
Cartoon jokes. That's right. That's right. Cartoon jokes.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's get on to the next question.
Next question. Okay. The next question is from Rusty Dog. Did I say that already? I mean, I know they asked
Oh
a
boy.
question
Hold on a
before,
second.
so-
Hold on.
Uh-oh. What?
Fiveable says, get a haircut and grow a beard. So go ahead, babe.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know what? He used to grow a beard, but it was one of those beards that was he just let it go. He never trimmed it back. He never, it just kind of grew. So if you grow a beard, you have to trim it up all nice and keep it nicely done, and we'll see.
What do you figure the odds of that happening are?
I know, because that involves shaving every day. I know.
There you go. All right. Let's get on to the next one, baby.
Okay. All right. From Rusty Dog, who submitted before today. Sometimes in OBS using game capture, I just get a black screen and it doesn't show the game. And I have to resort to Windows capture instead. I've heard this is a Windows 10 thing, but was wondering if you knew about it and if there is a fix.
All right. So I actually get this all the time as well. I usually end up having to resort to window capture. For those of you who are not familiar with what this viewer is talking about, did he give a name? Rusty Dog. For those of you who are not familiar with what Rusty Dog is talking about, if I go in here and I use game capture, and then I just drop down to capture my full screen application, since I don't have any games open, it's not obviously going to show up. But I see over and over again people saying this is a problem, and I've never actually really been able to get it to work at all, except for maybe 1 or 2 games. A lot of times you have to have the use anti-cheat compatibility hook in there. Everybody says, oh, you do that, it fixes everything. No, I'm in the same boat. I end up having to use a display capture to get the game in there as well. So if anyone knows exactly what the deal is or why that is the case, both myself and Rusty Dog would really like the answer as to why game capture just doesn't seem to work as it's supposed to work. I don't know if it has to be from a certain manufacturer or a certain type of game or whatever. Hi, Michael. Have you done any videos on NDI use? Sergey, absolutely I have. And Michael Panetta can drop a link for you The original, I actually do a lot of NDI content. The original add a guest video would be what he's looking for, Michael T. So Tech Examin's going to drop a link in there for you, Sergio, and that should be able to help you out. Let's pop over and see if we have any more questions. These are games that worked before and now don't. It's not OBS issue, though. Well, that's interesting, Rusty. I used to be able to get stuff to work in it, and I haven't been able to get games to work in it for quite some time. So I'm not sure exactly what the problem is. But it's not just you, so there's that. All right, babe, what do we got?
Okay. We're actually up to 38 questions now, so they're coming in. They're coming in hot and heavy. So we got
pouring
plenty
it
more to
on.
go. Pouring it on. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
you know why that is?
why?
Well, because it's a big party up in here.
Party up in here.
Woo! Yeah.
Doing a
Yeah,
party.
we're doing it up. We're doing it up. All right, we need to slow it down a little, man.
Slow it down.
Yeah, just a little bit, you know? Just chill. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right. Well.
All right.
We have to keep
Oh no. Here we go. Oh no. Rusty Dog super chatted. Thank you, Rusty Dog. Says thank you for answering my questions tonight. Hey, anytime, Rusty Dog. That's what I'm here for. That's what we come here on Wednesday nights to do. Have fun. Oh, and dance. Yeah. Oh, I came here to have fun and dance. And I'm all out of fun. So here we go. For all those people that say, I really can't watch your videos anymore because you never blink. Here you go. Okay? There we go. You got all the blinks in that you're ever going to need. Because when I send my stuff off to the editor, I literally tell them, make sure that they never see me blink on video. Ever. Just letting you guys know. So don't be looking for those blinks on screen. It's never going to happen. Now I'm going to be getting like 20 freaking comments on every video. Dude, it just creeps me out now that I know you never blink on camera. Well, look. There we go. We just blinked it up. We blinked it like we just don't care.
The character doesn't blink anyway, it looks like.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't look like it.
Rusty Dog said I blink. Well, here, I'll do it this way. This is more fun anyway.
With that big, yeah.
Oh, got it all out of my system. Now I don't have to blink again all night. We got more questions?
Never blink again. We have questions. We have questions. Okay, quick. Can you give us a quick live tutorial on how to use Snap Camera? People want to know.
Yes, I can do that. All right. So what I do is, and you can see my screen right here, and I'm on this screen, and then I have another screen right here. And all I really do is I press this button right here. There we go. We're using Snapcam. All right. I'm just kidding. So basically, you load it in. You go into here. You select your camera that you want to be using. You choose your resolution for your stream. You can't choose 30 frames per second, but it will adjust because I don't stream in 60 frames per second. I'm too cool for that. So then I go down here, I select my microphone. If I want to be using a microphone in here, it doesn't really matter because I load my microphone directly into OBS. So, and then I put my hotkeys down here for any of the special lenses or to turn the lens off. Just in case my lens gets stuck on, I can turn it off. So now that I have it set up, I go into OBS, right? And let's remove this so I can add it again. I go into OBS, right? And go to video capture device. I select my snap camera, and there we go. So I can use a custom audio device. I select my microphone, and there we go. And now when I hit my hotkeys, there we go. I can use Snap Camera. Now, if you want a more detailed and in-depth understanding of how Snap Camera works, how to set up hotkeys, and all that kind of stuff, Michael Panetta or Tech Examined will leave a link in there to videos on how to set those up. I have two different ones. I have one on how to use Facecam from front to back, and then I have another one on how to set up scenes that take your Facecam to the next level and that sort of stuff. So Michael will drop those in there. I actually have two more videos coming out. Oh, look at that. My fingers just go, oh, it's in my mouth. Wow. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Thank you so much for the super chat, Sergio. It's not showing me the whole name, so I have to wait a second and see if it comes up on the other thing. Sergio Ricardo. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't scroll down. So I'm a moron. There we go. Oh, we got to keep scrolling. Sergio Ricardo Villani. Holy moly! I cannot. It won't show me the whole thing. I apologize for not being able to say your whole name. Although, in your particular circumstance, that could be a blessing because I would just butcher it to no end, anyways. So thank you, Sergio. We're just gonna kick it with that name. Oh yeah. I came for the fun and the dancing, and I'm all out of fun. Let's do the smolder look here. Look at that. Yeah. Boogie down. Oh, goodness. So there it is. Sergio Ricardo Villani is the name. Velarde Bernardo. Wow, that doesn't even show up on that other thing. That's a long name. Thank you so much, Sergio. I super appreciate it. Let me... Jelly Duck is leaving. Jelly. Who gave you permission to leave? I didn't even see you raise your hand, and now you're just leaving. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you, Jelly, for coming and hanging out with me, man. I love you, brother. It has been a long time. So thank you, man. I do appreciate it. Hopefully that answers your Snapchat question. And Tech Examine did drop the links in there so that you could check it out. So let's go over and see what's up next on the Monica Question Cam.
Okay, Question Cam. This one is from Among Us.
Well, hello, Among Us. They're around here somewhere.
They're around here somewhere. How do you make animated screens? Scenes, probably. How do you make animated scenes?
Well, this is an interesting question. How do I make animated scenes? So I just did a video on this, actually, how I would create animated scenes with no budget and all that sort of stuff. So if Michael wants to drop the link in the description, it would be the video about how to create a full stream. Let me see here. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. And that helps you to create animated scenes. Now, if you're looking, if the question that you're asking is actually how to create an animated overlay, I just did that as well. That video is called Steal My Overlay. And I will drop a link in there for that. This is the overlay one. If you're looking for how to create an animated overlay. Boom. And if you're looking for how to create animated scenes for your live stream, that one I just released about a week ago. And so, and animated scenes, boom. And that one right there will definitely help you out. But let me give you a quick one here. We're going to go back over into the tutorial screen. So let's say that I wanted to animate this right here, make it look more interesting. The first thing I would probably do is pull up a color source. I always like to do this. I want to use a color source that's more more in line with my background. So something like that. Something like that looks pretty good. I'm going to move that below my camera. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shrink it up and move it behind my camera here. And you're like, well, Mike, that's not animated. I know. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're gonna show some advanced technique now. And then I'm just going to kind of use this to get it squared up. I'm going to use the Alt key and we're going to drag this in here to crop it up a little bit. So there we go. And then maybe I want to add some yellow or green to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click there and I'm going to go to my media source. And we're just going to use a media source here. It doesn't matter which one. I think actually I'm just going to use the media source that's already in here. There we go. It's kind of greenish, yellowish. There we go. We're going to put it back there. What we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just shrink this up. And we're going to put it right around the edges there. And I'm going to use the Alt key to crop it up over here a little bit. So now we've got some motion around the edges. This would be what I would call an animated background. And it looks a lot better. There we go. So if you don't like how fast that moves, that's okay. We can go into properties and we can adjust the speed of this to slow it way down. So now it just kind of barely moves across. I think that's a little too slow because I don't want it to be choppy. We want to make it a little faster than that. So there we go. So now we've created this cool camera. Let's say we wanted to use this. Well, I could go into my second scene here and I'm just going to remove this. Right? And what I could do is, this is what you'd call a nested scene. I'm going to go to scenes. I'm going to select scene 1. Boom. Well, guess what? Now I can move it around and all of it stays together as one piece. So the blue background stays there. The green background stays there. If you want to learn more about how you can create nested scenes and what you can do with it, Tech Examine will drop that link in the description so that you could check it out and see all the kind of cool stuff that you could do with nested scenes. But that's kind of how I create fun little animated sequences like that. I think it's a pretty simple, easy, and cool way to get something that looks neat. And you know, it doesn't matter what the background video is. It really doesn't. It just shows motion around the edges. So you can find all kinds of creative ways to create stuff like that. There we go. Let's go ahead and see what the next question is.
Okay.
What question do we happen to be on?
We happen to be on question number 25 of 41.
Ooh, wow. Nice.
Yes.
Rolling in.
Coming in, getting lots of new ones.
All right.
All right,
Let's
this
do
is
it.
not so much a question, but I'm going to read it to see maybe you have a comment or something to throw out there. It's just said, there's no name on it. It just says, I've tried the video that you sent me the last time about how to find if it's your equipment or internet issues with live stream, but it didn't help me out much, so I'm going to try other equipment to see if I can get somewhere.
Okay.
It's just a comment.
Chances are, if you're having streaming problems, your equipment is the first place to look. But there are ways that can help you in those videos for how to optimize your live stream. I do have a video coming up on optimizing your live stream, and I think that's really going to help a lot of folks who may be experiencing lag and choppiness and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully that comes out soon and that can help you. Otherwise, I hope some newer equipment can help you. Unfortunately, it's just so expensive right now. It's better to try to make do with what you have. All right, babe, what's next?
This one, there's also no name on this one. It says your
Well, hello, no name.
Your nested scene video was a little confusing. Is that code for something?
It is not. But luckily, I just did a nested scene thing in the last segment that shows it a little deeper and gives you a better idea of how exactly you would use it in a practical sense. So hopefully that helped you out. We'll see. What's next, baby?
Next question. How can I fix crackling audio coming from live streams when using a mixer board?
All right. So 9 times out of 10, if you're getting crackly audio or something like that, the first thing that you want to check is your cables. If you have a lot of vibration or anything that's causing the cables to wiggle or disconnect, that could be part of the problem. I actually helped a guy earlier in the week who was having similar issues where, if he would stream for like 5 minutes or whatever to test, it wouldn't do anything. But then he would stream for longer periods of time and it would intermittently crackle or whatever. And it could be interference in the cable. It could be that you're moving the table when you're getting into it and the cables crack or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, it's probably your cables. The other thing, and if you're using a mixer, you probably already thought of this, but the other thing would obviously be that you're peaking, and that's causing crackling through speakers or something like that. And if you're if you have your audio peaking and your speakers can't handle that peaking, then it will crackle and do all that kind of stuff. My guess is that since you're using a mixer, you understand how to mix your stuff properly so that you're not peaking. So more than likely, it has something to do with the cabling from the mixing board into your audio into your inputs, your USB or whatever. So I would definitely try to see if you can resolve that. There is a couple of other weird throughput sort of issues that can cause crackle. One would be if you are overloading one USB port is getting more information than it can handle, and all of that information is audio. I can definitely see it dropping out packets, which would sound like crackling in your audio. So that is another potential thing. Try moving your mixer to another USB port. Maybe if it's on the back of your machine, plug it in on the front. It'll move it completely to a different USB bus, and that might fix it as well. And Dr. Rob Allen says gain staging as well. So I don't know much about it because, to be honest with you, I am definitely not an audio technician, but I know enough to be dangerous. Somebody like Dr. Rob Allen, I'm sure, knows a heck of a lot more about that sort of audio stuff. But hopefully that can help you out. Let's go and see what the next question is. Looks like we've got a Dusty sighting.
Yep, he's back. Okay, next question is from GN Gerald.
Hello, GN Gerald.
He wants to know how to increase the quality of the stream.
Well, how to increase the quality of the stream. All right, so let me go over here. So the quality of your stream is basically there's like 3 different settings. All right, so if we go into our output, your stream is right here. You're streaming. The bit rate controls how densely packed the information is that you're producing on your live stream. So, for example, an average recording for 1920 by 1080 is 60,000 kilobits per second. The average streaming bit rate is 6,000 kilobits per second. So if you are expecting recording style quality on your live stream, well, you really can't do it at 10% of the bit rate. So you can increase your kilobits per second bit rate in your output right here, and that can improve it a little bit. The other thing that you can do is you can adjust your CPU usage preset. So right now it's set here on super fast or very fast, but the slower you go, the better quality you're going to get from those. The better quality you're going to get from your video. So there you go. And the same thing is true if you're using the NVIDIA encoder, except for this is flipped. So the higher quality is at the top and the lower quality is at the bottom. So the bit rate and the quality is what really controls how good your live stream is going to look. So you can bump up the bit rate and you can adjust your quality preset depending upon which encoder you're using. And that's pretty much the only thing that you can do. Now, you do have to keep in mind that your internet connection can only handle so much information. So if you are running a 12 megabit per second stream, 12,000 kilobits per second you haven't maxed out. So, there's only so fast you can go. And the other thing is no matter how much you stream or how you stream, the encoding, it gets re-encoded on YouTube's side or Twitch's side as well. And so because it's a live streaming platform, or you're streaming it instead of uploading a video, the quality is just always going to be slightly less than what you might hope for. But those are the two ways that you can update or upgrade the quality of your live stream. Hopefully that helped you out. And let's go to the next one. We're getting a lot of trolls tonight, apparently.
Yeah, it seems that way.
A lot of people with nothing better to do.
Yeah. It's a Wednesday. They're coming out.
I guess.
Okay, next one is from Blue Eyed Skidee.
Hello, Blue Eyed Skidee.
Where do you get all the video clips you use?
All right, that's a good question. All the video clips that I use, I get from at least all the video clips that I use in my live stream. All the bumper stuff and everything else comes from Envato Placeit. All of the video clips, like the ones I use in the background and everything else, those all come from Envato Elements. There is a link in the description down below to both Envato Placeit and Envato Elements if you want to check it out. Both of them offer monthly subscriptions so that you can pay one price and have it for the entire month and download whatever you want. It works a little bit differently for something like Envato Elements, because you cannot just use the assets in perpetuity. You can use them while you're subscribed. So there you go. Now, if I did a video with Envato Elements assets and that video is released while I'm still subscribed, I don't have to take it down. I can keep using it. But it does have a situation where if I unsubscribe to Envato Elements or Envato Placeit, I couldn't then upload using those assets anymore. So just keep that in mind. But it's a pretty reasonable price, and I tend to think that it's so much easier to just go out there and find the exact asset you're looking for, instead of spending hours and hours and hours searching on the internet for something free and never really finding it, or trying to create it yourself with mixed results. I think we're going to go on and we're going to ask another question. So let me ask you a question. This one's pretty straightforward. 1 for yes, I have purchased stream overlays before, and 2 for no, I have never purchased stream overlays. I'm just interested to see what you guys have or have not done from a streaming overlay perspective. And this, the thing I use to ask the questions, the little video thing, all created on Placeit as well, just so you know, if you ever wondered. There you go. So it looks like lots of twos, lots of people who've never bought streaming assets before. Cool. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate you letting me know and participating in these little questionnaires. They are very, very helpful for me to figure out what sort of content and that sort of kind of things that I want to do. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. Let's go, and Monica says we're all loaded up with questions, so let's see what we've got going on. So what question are we on?
We're on question 30 of 45.
All right, so at 10 o'clock, we're going to close down the question thingy so that we can make sure we get through everything without being here until 1 a.m. So we've got about 3 more minutes. If you have a question, make sure you get it on the forum. And what's the next one, baby?
Next question. How do you use auto transitions?
All right. So, up we're gonna be whisked away to the promised land in a moment from Blue-Eyed Skidee. I think. There we go. Thank you so much, Blue-Eyed Skidee says thank you for sharing all of your information. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Blue-Eyed Skidee, and thank you for being a member. That is just awesome. Woo! Blue-Eyed Skidee just wanted to... I don't know why. Why did it just switch off? Why did it do that? I wasn't done dancing yet, damn it. The fun was over. It was time to dance. Oh. Woo. Yeah. Oh, it's too much fun. It's just too much fun. All right. We've danced enough. Thank you, Blue-Eyed Skidee. I really, really do appreciate it. Let's get this next question. All right, babe. Hit it up.
You didn't answer the question on the auto transitions. How do you use auto transitions?
All right.
You were answering that one.
I was.
Yes.
So auto transitions, I'm assuming, just are the ones that you just set whatever transition you want to use. So let's say I wanted to use a slide transition. There we go. And there you go. Now we've got a slide transition. It's automatically going to happen every time that I switch scenes. Now, as far as auto transitions, if you mean how do I use a hotkey, well, you can set up hotkeys to select whatever scene you want. And when you select the hotkey for that scene, the transition is automatically going to play. And you set your scene transitions right here. I've probably done some videos on transitions. If you do a search on my channel for transitions and see what you find, I know I've done some alpha transitions and things like that. So maybe check one of those out and see what you think. See if it's gonna answer your question, or at least mess around with it so that so that you know more about transitions. Because I don't know what automatic transition is. If it's an application or something like that, let me know in the comments so I know and I make sure that I answer the question properly. But let's go get the next question. All right, babe. What do we got?
This comes from Fazid Mohammed.
Hello, Fazid Mohammed. Welcome.
Asking, how do I create a slow fade ending in OBS?
All right. Well, one of the easiest ways to do it would be, well, let's see. So you can set your scene transitions. If you were going to do this, you could just set your transition here to fade and turn your stuff all the way up. And basically, you just make sure that your second scene has nothing in it. So, let's see. We're going to go with the fade transition. And it's not fading. Do they both have the exact same thing? They do. Let me remove this. Boom. There we go. Now it has nothing. So now I can slowly fade from this to this. And that's probably the easiest way to do it. Just select your fade transition right here. Bump it all the way up to a higher thing. And then you can slowly fade out at the end of your live stream. Pretty cool stuff. I like the fade transition. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's cool, but you know, sometimes what I think is cool is not what other people think is cool. so there is that. I haven't always been known to be the cool guy. Trust me. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay. This next question comes from, I believe it's Wanchan Play.
Wanchan Play. Hello. Oh, we're gonna get whisked away.
Uh-oh.
People want to see me dance some more, baby. Yeah. Thank you for making OBS understandable in a professional yet funny way. God bless. Thank you, Junia. I hope I'm saying that right. I really do appreciate it. That is awesome. When someone gives me feedback like that, I really, really do appreciate it. and some reason it's flipping me off that screen again. It just thinks, what the heck? Maybe OBS does not want to see me dance. Damn it. I'm gonna dance, OBS. Don't tell me how to have my fun. Sorry, I'm a complete moron. But yes, it's all about having fun. Thank you, Junior. I really do appreciate it. It is super helpful. And let's go see what the next question is.
Okay.
All right, babe.
We are asking the question from Wanchan Play.
Wanchan Play, hello.
Yep. Is it possible to have excuse me, is it possible to have the same record and stream settings in order to not stress your system too much when you use CBR for streaming but CQP for recording? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it sort of does. Hold on. Let's go over here. So basically what the viewer is asking is, if we go into output, they're using CBR, which is a constant bit rate for, they said they're using that for recording, right? CBR for recording? All right. So they're using CBR for streaming, and this would be at 6,000 kilobits per second, or it should be if they're doing to YouTube in 1080. And then they're recording, they're using CQP. And that's right here. And so CQP is just another type of encoder. I'm not super familiar with it. So I don't know what sort of quality it will generate, but it seems to work basically the same as the X264 encoder. Honestly, it probably all depends on, what your machine is able to do. And I think the reason why they're asking if you can just use CQP is because it doesn't assign any bit rate here. But a lot of people don't use CQP, which generally tends to lead me towards the possibility that it doesn't encode things very well, or it doesn't look very good. I mean, you can test it and see. You're probably better off going with something like VBR and adjusting your bit rate so that it can work or not work better. Given how active things are on the stream, it will try to set it up so you can see anywhere between 60,000 kilobits per second, which would be a standard recording for me, and 5,000 kilobits per second. Obviously, you want to set this at 60,000 for your max, and you want to set your minimum bit rate at somewhere, maybe 30,000 kilobits per second or something like that, and see if it's able to do what you want it to do. But the simple fact is that a recorded bit rate is 10 times the bit rate of a stream bit rate. So if you are trying to get a specific type of recording while you're live streaming, it's not, you're probably going to need some special equipment for doing things like that, like a Camlink Pro, which has encoders built in that can do it, or a second video card where you can assign that second encoder to do the encoding for just your stream. You're probably going to need special equipment if you want to do what you're trying to do. Rusty Dog says CQP is an image quality based encoding target. It uses as much or as little bit rate as needed to maintain a consistent image. So there you go. So CQP, if it needs more bit rate to do it, it's going to do basically the same as variable bit rate. It's going to bump it up, and it could bump it up against what your machine finds to be acceptable. Like I said, special equipment or equipment specifically that has multiple encoders might be more your thing. What you could do if you have an exceptionally powerful computer and you're not gaming is you could use two different encoders. So I could set my stream to encode with X264 at 6,000 kilobits per second, right? And so that way, that's relatively reasonable for a high-end CPU to do if you're not gaming. And then I would set my recording up to record using the encoder on my video card, like the NVIDIA card. And in that case, I would just do CBR again at 60,000 kilobits per second. And if I was going to do this right here, you can see that I'd be able to knock it out of the park. I'd be able to record on both my video card and my thing, and I'd be fine. As long as I'm not gaming. The second you start gaming, that starts using all kinds of CPU, and you're in big trouble. So, and I believe we're after 10 o'clock, so we have closed down the questions. Yep, sorry if you missed it, but we are here every Wednesday to answer your questions. Or you could just stick around and maybe we answer it anyway. All right, babe, what do we got? Because, I mean, you know, people ask the same questions all the time.
That's true. That is true. You might have the same question as somebody else.
Yep.
Okay, this one does not have a name. It's a longer question, so just bear with me.
Hello,
Says,
no name.
Yes. How can you use something other than text, like a display capture, game capture, image, media source, video capture device, and window capture? Yes, I hope I can use all of those. For a countdown timer as the source, aka script, and a countdown timer LUA as the script, if not something else instead. I'll take any plugin or whatever as long as it will work with OBS.
All right. So I think what this person is asking is they want to use some sort of a screen flipper or something like that, and have that behind some sort of countdown timer overlay. That's not necessarily impossible. You could get... I know there are scripts out there, LUAs, that are just kind of screen switchers or screen flippers, where you can set it up so it will change scenes every certain number of seconds, and then you can load in there what scenes you want it to change to and all that stuff. And then you just go into DaVinci Resolve or something like that and create a countdown timer for as long as you want it, and use it in alpha, and then that's just overlaid over top of the thing that's running the LUA that's flipping through the different screens or scenes or whatever that you want it to flip through. Sure, you could definitely do that. You could definitely do that. I have no doubt that there's even potentially an app that will do that as well. I'm just not really sure that it's worth the trouble, if I'm being honest. You'd probably be better off to actually spend 45 minutes to an hour manually flipping through the screens and just recording it, cutting it up the way you want it, and then slapping a timer on top of it and some music, and then running that as a video that runs before your live stream. Because that way you cut the complexity way out of your live stream, and you only have to do it once. So there you go. That would be my personal opinion on that. Obviously, you can add as much complexity as you want, but I promise you, the more complexity you add to your live stream, the better chance that something will go wrong, and something always goes wrong. Believe me, something always goes wrong. Let's go back and see what the next question is. What you got, baby?
What kind of camera do I need to get for best video quality?
All right. Well, I can't tell you what kind of camera you should get for the best video quality. From a brand perspective, I can say if you're looking for quality similar to what I'm getting here, you need to have a mirrorless camera or a DSLR camera and use a cam link. That is going to give you the highest quality that you want, the high quality that you want for your stream, plus the blurry background and all the things that all the peoples like. So that is what you're going to need if you want high quality. Now, what kind of mirrorless or DSLR camera do you need? Doesn't have to be expensive. Basically, you can get something like this with a camera that has a separate lens and the ability to export HDMI. That's really what you need. So, is it cheap? No, it's not cheap. I mean, when you can get a webcam for, $50, that's, that's pretty cheap. But you're also not going to get images and picture quality like this on a webcam. So, there you go. You can fake this look using the new iPhone camera. And so you can use an app. I'll have Tech Examine drop a link into the chat for an app that allows you to use your iPhone camera to film with. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. And if I'm being honest, you're going to have a brand new iPhone to use those sorts of features. Well, if you're going to spend $1,100 on a brand new iPhone, then just go spend the $600 on a mirrorless camera and a reasonably decent lens. Because I think this camera that I'm using was about $400, and I think the lens it's just a kit lens. It was maybe $35, $40. It's a 35 millimeter lens. The camera that I'm using is a Sony a6500. But you can do what I'm doing on nearly any other one, and that's if you want to get the best quality. That's kind of what you got to do. Yeah, Michael just dropped a link in there to how to make your webcam look better as well. And there are a couple of things you can do in there, but you're never going to really be able to get this kind of look, unfortunately, without getting a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. So let's get the next question. Hopefully that answers your question. What you got, babe?
How do I add scriptures to my live stream when using OBS?
Ooh, this is such a cool question. All right, so I have a video coming out. I just finished filming it yesterday on adding scripture and lyrics and song lyrics and even a whole bunch of cool lower third options and everything else. I just finished filming the video, and so I cannot show you anything until that video is released, but it's probably about a week or so away from being released. So as soon as that video comes out, look for it. It's probably not going to be titled in such a way that it's specifically for churches and that sort of stuff. It will probably be titled something like, if you want to subtitle your content or something like that. But the app that I'm going to show actually has 4 or 5 different versions of the Bible, the King James Bible and different versions of that and everything. You can literally select your version of the Bible, and then you can drop down and select the books, and then you can drop down and select the chapters, literally click on it, and it will show the actual information right to you on the screen. It's instantaneous, and the best part about it is, this is awesome. The best part about it is you can do it from your phone. You can load the web page up on your phone and just click on it to put the information on your stream. You don't even have to do it. You could give someone access to it, and they can do it from wherever they are in the world, and it's instantaneous. It's absolutely a fantastic app. I cannot wait to show it to you. It'll probably be out in a week or so, and it'll probably have something with the name captions in the title. So there you go. Bear says we're having Wackiness Wednesday. Yeah, we got a lot of trolls tonight. I don't know what's going on with that. But you know what? If people don't have anything better to do with their time, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Come on in, guys. Have fun. All right, babe, what you got?
I know. You hang out. This one is from Silver Rabbit.
Hello, Silver Rabbit.
Is it possible to make an intercom using OBS and hotkeys or Stream Deck so you can talk to your co-host without it going over the live stream? Thank you and love your channel.
All right. Well, this is actually a pretty cool question. You notice that when I go to Monica's screen where she's asking the questions, she can talk to me and I can talk to her. When we're on this screen right here, believe it or not, she can still talk to me. We just can't hear her on the stream. And that's as simple as being creative, including or excluding certain audio feeds from each scene that you want to do. So basically, I can always hear her and she can always hear me, but she can talk to me in my ear when we're not there. And so you're just going to have so in other words, what I'm trying to say is, yes, you can do what you want to do. You just have to figure out exactly how you want your audio set up different audio profiles and that sort of thing. I have a video coming out on that soon as well. And then exclude the stuff that you want or don't want from there. You can also change the monitor status of your stuff. So you might have to add it in more than once, but you can do it. So in other words, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's say on this scene, I wanted to be able to hear Monica. So I go up into my audio output capture, because that's what I have her going through. And I select it, and we'll go to our headset. And there we go. So now if she talks, go ahead and talk. There we go. So now we can hear her. So if I go into scene 2, and I'm going to load in my camera right here, we're going to use the exact same camera that we used before, right? But I'm going to load up another instance of audio output capture, and we're going to call it audio output capture 2. And in this case, I am going to go ahead and put it to my headset again. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and talk there, hon. So there you could hear Monica talk, or you could see Monica talking there. But maybe I don't want the audience to hear her in this instance. So I can go in here, I can go to Advanced Audio Properties, and I can turn it to Monitor Only. And that means that I can hear it, but it doesn't go out to the stream. So then when I close that, go ahead and talk. So you can still see the talking, but only I can hear it. So that's how you're going to do that. You just set up multiple instances. Now, obviously, you're going to be smarter than I am here, and you're going to name it so that you know what it is. But if we go back into here, we can go into the audio output capture, and you can see when I go into Advanced Audio Properties, these are still monitor off. So that means they're just going right out to the stream. If I wanted to listen to it in my ear and have you guys hear it, then I would have to put it on to monitor and output. And that means I can hear it and it's going out to the stream. So you just want to go and create multiple instances of audio if you want to be able to profile it differently in different scenes. And that's how you're going to do it. Well, those, let's see here. So those are just audio sources, and you can create multiple audio sources for whatever you're doing. So I could have 2 different audio sources of Spotify. One that I can listen to in my headphones on every scene, but it also can be a totally different profile on my stream, so that in this scene, the audience can hear it, and in this scene, the audience can't hear it. Now just keep in mind, if I only used, like let's say I have this scene and I have audio output capture here, and I just went in here and I created, I just used this one, and instead of creating a new instance of audio output capture, I just used this one, right? Well, if I did that, and then I went into audio output capture right here, and I changed it from monitor and output to monitor off, and then I went into this one, it would also be monitor off. It's always going to be the same, which is why you have to create a new instance and name it appropriately so that you can do all of the different things in different scenes. And I'm actually doing a video on this. I believe I actually finished that video yesterday. So it's a couple of weeks out, but it's going to be about creating audio profiles in nested scenes so that you can have an audio profile set up and you can just copy it right into your scenes that you want it in. And I think that's going to be a really cool video. So definitely stick around and subscribe so you could check that out when it does come out. Let's go get another question. What question are we on, babe?
We're on 40 of 50.
40 of 50. 10 more. All right. Well, I have one more question that I want to ask the audience. Let's see. How many folks do we actually have in the live stream? Are we still going strong? We do. We have 46 folks in here. So let's go and ask one more question. All right. So this is, this is me asking you, would you use a monthly subscription service if you had access to an unlimited number of overlays that you can download and use at any time for your streams? That is the basis of this question. Oh, 122 likes, man. That's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Please go a little beyond 10p questions. Sorry, Ron. Rog, if you got the question in before the form was closed, your question is in, so don't worry. Alright, so there's lots of 2s there. Cool. Alright. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and go on to the next question. Alright, hold on. Here we go. What you got, babe?
Okay, this question is from Crow, saying, thank you so much for
Hello,
the help.
Crow.
Thank you so much for the help. I remember finding you when learning how to use voice filters like Stadium, Low Voice, etc. My problem is, after streaming, I turn all the filters off, but the next time I open OBS, sometimes the filters are turned on automatically. How can I prevent this from happening? I've had a few recordings ruined after realizing my low voice filter was on when I opened OBS and hit record. Now I always check filters before doing anything.
All right, so let's go over here. There we go. Chances are the best way to solve this is to have, and honestly, man, this is a super tough one. So I'm assuming that filters kind of function the same way, but you have to go in and use the little eyeball. So if you had an effect, in this case we're talking about VST plugin effects, and you have to turn off the eyeball. It should not turn back on every time that you use it. But if I'm being honest, it's much safer to stop using the VST plugin stuff and use something like voice mod, because if you use voice mod, you always know either you're using it or you're not using it, whereas the VST plugins can be a problem. The other thing that you can do to completely avoid this ever happening again, probably the easiest thing that you can do, is go up into scene collections and just create a new scene. Cannot use an empty scene name. Yeah, I know. All right, so just create a new scene. You want to name your new scene. When you open it up, let's just call it new. And now you can use the exact same profile, which means all your settings stay exactly the same, but you just add in the sources that you want in your new scene. And now you have one for your live stream where you're going to be using voices, and you have another one that you're going to use for just your recording and that sort of stuff. And that's what I do. I have a scene collection for recording, and I have a scene collection for tutorials, and I have a scene collection for all that stuff. I actually have a separate profile for each one of those as well, so that I can set my bit rates and all that stuff up. So that is probably the best way to do it, so that whatever scene you set up, there are no filters loaded at all. You never have to worry about it doing it. So there you go. I hope that helps you. Let's go and see what the next question is. What question are we on, babe?
41 of 50.
Oh wow! All right,
this one is from Knight Rider.
Hello, Knight Rider. Welcome.
How can I combine the features of OBS Studio with Restream? And also, how do I stop the skipped frames and lag despite lowering down my resolution to 720 by 1280, 30 frames per second?
Well, if you are still experiencing skipped frames and lag, even though you lowered it to 720, probably the ultimate solution is to update your equipment so that it can handle it better. Unless, of course, you're trying to capture something super crazy fast or whatever, like gaming, in which case, well, streaming happens at 60,000 or 6,000 kilobits per second, and it's occasionally just going to do that. That's the nature of encoding and everything else. Unfortunately, nobody's gotten the perfect encoder or the perfect stream codecs or things like that that can eliminate all of that, all of those little glitches. But if you've already lowered down to 720 and it's still struggling because you're dropping frames and things like that, you probably it's probably about time to get a new equipment. Unknown Unami says better internet, and maybe that could be the case. But if you followed through the video, which it sounds like he did, that shows you what the difference is between your internet dropping frames and your computer dropping frames, then he probably already knows the real answer. He's just hoping that there's something else I can tell him to soften the blow. But unfortunately, it would be difficult. Now, in order to the first part of your question, is there a way that you can use Restream Studio to capture your stuff from OBS? And you can. You can use the virtual camera. It's right here. You just select your virtual camera button, and it will collect all of the video from your live stream. It will not, however, collect the audio. Now, I'm not totally certain if you can use NDI in Restream Studio just yet, but if you can use NDI, then you can download NDI, and you can go up into Tools and go to NDI Output, which my camera is right in front of. You can go to Tools and NDI Output. Once you actually put the NDI plugin on there, and it will send it out to wherever, and then you might be able to bring that into Restream, and that brings in both audio and video. So there you have it. That's a couple of solutions, but I'm not totally sure if Restream will use it. Unknown Unami, Umami. A lot of people think that better internet is going to solve their problems, when in reality, their problems, the bad encoding and the drop frames, happen long before they send it out to the internet. And I can give you a perfect example of that. Let me show you my stats window right here. So my stats window right here shows you that I am dropping exactly 0 frames, and I'm skipping exactly 0 frames. And then down here, my network has dropped 0 frames. So everything that I've produced, every single frame that I produced tonight, has reached the audience. If this right here was dropping frames, then that would mean my network is bad. If this right here was dropping frames or skipping or lagging, that would mean that my equipment is not keeping up. So, yeah, okay. My window's blocking it. So this right here is your computer. If you're dropping frames here, it is your computer. If you're dropping frames down here, it is your internet connection. So there's an easy way to verify what is actually causing your problem. So there you go. To get to that, you just go up to View and then Stats, and it'll bring up your stats window right there. So there you go. There you go. Let's go on to the next question.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
This is from Dimitri's.
Hello, Dimitri's.
This is a long one. I'm going to read as best as I can and try to have it make sense. So,
All right.
okay. I have 2 PC. The one with gaming PC, I use OBS Studio ABD. That with my Stream IBG OC, I use OBS Live. I streamed like 2 hours, and then my chat said they can't hear anything. It's muted, the game and the microphone. I tested with Streamlabs on Stream IBG, and it did the same thing. Then I had to restart the PC and do it over again. Do you have any solution how to fix this so I don't get muted? I use Restream, Twitch, Trovo, Facebook, and YouTube, but I can hear my friends on gaming, everything in my headset, but not my chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. It's really difficult for me to actually say that I can solve your problem. But I can tell you this. You're streaming to a lot of different locations and you're using strange applications. You should not be using OBS Live, and you should probably not be using Streamlabs OBS. You should probably suck it up and learn how to stream using OBS. If you're going to use a third-party option in order to split the stream so you can stream to a bunch of different locations, like what you described, I would recommend using something like Restream.io. You can stream OBS to Restream.io and split the stream up, and it can go out to all those different platforms. And I think if you do that, you're going to be using much more reliable platforms than the ones that you talked about, i.e. Streamlabs OBS and the OBS Live, neither of which are good platforms for streaming, if I'm being perfectly honest. Are they easier to set up as a new person? Yes. Are they good? No. No. It's time to move on to OBS because you're trying to do complicated things with software that's basically created to be as simple as possible, but very, very resource intensive. It's going to always cause problems on your machine once you try to do anything slightly more professional. So there you have it. There you have it. Let's go on and see what we got next.
This one is from Zelamir C.
Zelamir, hello.
How do I add a custom viewer count that's going to actually display live how many viewers I have on my stream on Stream Elements overlay? We're talking about the custom HTML version of a viewer count that you add manually to the overlay.
Right. Well, I don't know of any way to do it on Stream Elements. Let's go over the tutorial. I'll put up my Stream Elements. I don't know that you can actually, do I have an overlay open? I don't. I don't know that you can actually, I don't think there's any way to add a viewer count. And even if you do, let's see, alerts, viewer, nope, engagement, labels, other, custom image. So you can add custom static URLs and that sort of stuff using text and image and video. You can also add a custom widget right here. So you can build a widget in HTML or XML that will do exactly what you're trying to do, but you have to understand or know the code, because I certainly don't. There isn't anything in Stream Elements that I can find here that actually tells you how many people are on your live stream, which is kind of a bummer because it is one thing that is definitely in Streamlabs OBS that it does not look like you can get in here without building it yourself. So custom widget right down here in static and custom was probably what you're looking for, but I don't know that much about it because I'm not a coder. So I can tell folks how to do simple stuff that doesn't involve coding, but that's kind of where where it ends on that front. All right, let's go and see. Let's go see what the next question is.
Okay, this question, it must have been related to something you had discussed in the past. There is no name on this one. The question just says, can you link me up to that audio technician? Does that
audio
bell
technician?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who it is or what it's referring to. So.
Yeah, I don't know which audio technician I may have been referring to. I think Trevor Bagnell is pretty good at audio. He is a guy who pops into the stream from time to time. And there are others in this chat that are relatively decent audio engineers that you could check out. But you know, I don't know anyone specific that does audio engineering, so I'm unfortunately not much help in that front. But yeah, there's that. Let's go. Oh yeah, party it up. Woohoo! Let's go see what Monica's got going on. Hey baby.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's up?
I don't know, man.
We're powering through these questions.
Well, what number?
We are on 45 of 50, so we only have 5 left.
Oh wow. No, I meant what's your number?
7.
7. Wow. You know, there's this guy, his name is Smitty Wormer Jaegerman Jensen.
Yes, I hear he's number 1.
He was number 1. He was totally number 1. Smitty Werber Jaegerman Jensen was definitely number 1. It really pisses me off watching the NFL and see all these guys wearing Smitty's number.
I know what? It doesn't say Werber Jaegerman Jensen on the back of it.
It does not. It does not say Werber Jaegerman Jensen on the back of any of these jerseys. And I'm like, how can they wear that jersey knowing that Smitty Werber Jaegerman Jensen was number 1? I don't understand it, man. At least we found something we can agree on tonight.
Yes, we can. Something we can agree on tonight.
How good I look. But other than that, something else we can agree on.
There is that you think so, yes.
Oh, I know so. You can see it right here. Oh. All right, there's probably people in the chat going, who the hell is Smitty Wormer Jaegerman Jensen? You're just going to have to
know.
Yeah, you're just going to have to catch up on your SpongeBob, guys. Sorry.
All right,
Let's go,
next
baby.
question comes from Dr. Rob Allen.
Oh, hello, Dr. Rob Allen.
He wants to know, how do you add the chat to your live stream?
Well, that's super, super easy. All right, let's go over into my other thing here. Hold on a second. I know I can do this. There we go. And we're going to go and we're going to open up our thing. Now, you could do it in lots of different ways. I personally like to use Twidget to do it. And so, let me see if I remember. I don't remember. I did a video on adding it. So if you want it to look like this, it seems like all of the ones that you use from Streamlabs or Stream Elements all seem to be crap. Like they don't they don't actually put it in the chat. Oh, Dr. Rob says he didn't ask that. So someone else asked this question for Dr. Rob Allen. Yes. Michael T, is that the Twidget video? If that's the Twidget video, that's the right one. Tech Examine just dropped a link to the fake Dr. Rob Allen so that he can get his question answered. I am so glad, Dr. Rob, that folks want you to participate even harder in this live stream, because I know I know how much you want that. So that was mighty epic. I really do. I mean, you know, now we've got people impersonating other people on our live stream. It does not get any better than that. That's fantastic. All right, babe, what's the next question? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, I guess so. 'Cause this one says it's from at G Wolf United Gaming, I suppose.
Yeah, hello, G Wolf United Gaming, if that is your real name.
Yes. Wanting to know.
Well,
wanting to know, how do they get your webcam shape?
What shape? Well, I like to make sure that I force it to do push-ups and sit-ups every single day, because, you know, it's hard to keep that webcam in shape. See? Look at that. It's all flamey and stuff. That's tough. That's tough. That takes a lot of extra muscles to get into that shape. But actually, I have a video on how I created the webcam shapes like this one. And Michael T. Panetta, aka Tech Examined, Link Extraordinaire, would you please drop the link in there to how to create masks for the face cams? And also for anyone looking for how to create face cam masks in Streamlabs, it is coming. It is one of the videos that I did. So for all of you Streamlabs folks, it is going to be there. There you go. Thank you, Michael, for dropping that in there. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and go on and see what the next question is.
The next question comes from Nope Nope.
Nope. Well, hello, Nope.
How do I blur the background of the webcam?
All right. So, let me go back over here into the right. I want to take you into the right screen. All right. So, how do we blur the background? Well, it's not just the background that's blurred. It's, see? I can move back. I can move forward. It's an actual trick. It's called bokeh, and it's called you use the focal length in order to focus the camera specifically in this area, so that anything too close to the camera will be blurry and anything behind me will be blurry. And it's only something that you can only do this really with a camera that has a separate lens, where you can adjust the physical focus of that specific lens to get the focal length to give you the look that we're looking for. So you do it. It's not a trick. It's a feature. Yeah, that's exactly right. Sorry, Tech Examined. So you need a mirrorless camera or a DSLR and something like a Cam Link in order to plug it in. And then you just adjust the actual length of the focus on your lens, and everything behind it will get that blurry, washed out, fun look. And anything in front of it will also be blurry as well. So that's how you do it. I wish there was a cheaper, better answer to your question. But believe me, keep working at it. You'll get there and be able to pick up stuff like this as well. If you're ever interested in what sort of thing that you need to buy or whatever, what type of camera, we can definitely talk about that. But any mirrorless camera that has a separate lens will definitely give you the kind of look that you see right here, unshaved and all. What do we got next, baby?
We have a question from Constriendo Commander.
Well, hello, Constriendo Commander.
Yes.
I don't know what that is, so.
Wanting to know, how do you play that music when you're dancing?
Well, that's pretty easy. So I actually did a video in which I told folks how you could set up your particular live stream to use alerts that would change the scenes when you get a super chat or a donation or something like that. So Michael, could you please put the link in the chat for the video that shows how you change scenes when you get an alert or chat? But essentially, all I'm doing to play the music is I'm going into media source and I am finding the music right here. So let's see, soundboard. So, you just load in the music or whatever it is that you are using for your live stream. So I have it right here when I click open, and it will play that music whenever I go to this scene. And then if I have another scene, it won't be playing any music. When I go to that scene, it will play the music. So that alert changes from one scene to another, and that other scene has the music in it already. Set the levels and the whole 9 yards. So hopefully that helps you and answers your question. Let's go on to the next question.
Okay. This is actually the second last question. We're on question 49 of 50.
Oh my goodness. Second last
Yes.
question, huh?
Second
All
last
right.
question. Yep, we're getting to the
Let's
very
get
end.
to it.
Okay, this one comes from Gino Alonso Navarrete Effio.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to say thank you, Gino.
Gino. Okay. Question: how do I make a clip of a stream like a funny moment? Which sounds like what you're trying to do for your other channel.
All right. So, well, how do you make a clip of the stream like a funny moment? Okay. So, this is kind of an interesting question because I'm guessing that you're asking, like, if something funny happens in the stream, how do you clip it out so you can use it for later? And there actually is a feature called replay where you can click a button and it will just take the last 20 seconds of your live stream and save it to a file. And I don't have a video on it yet. I will have a video on it soon. But you can go into settings and you go into your output and you can go right in here and enable your replay buffer and tell it how long you want your replay buffer to be set at. Right? So if you want it to replay, if you want to save 10 seconds or whatever, you can select it whatever you want. Okay? So once you do that and you click apply, you're going to have a start replay buffer, which you're going to start at the beginning of your stream. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go into settings, right? And you're going to go to hotkeys. And you're going to have your replay buffer right here. And you're just going to set up a hotkey for your replay buffer so that anytime that something funny happens on your stream, you click that hotkey and it saves that 20 seconds or 30 seconds or 40 seconds to your hard drive so that you have it saved for later. Now, I will say this, and you just need to be warned about this. If you have your replay buffer turned on, that means it is always recording, right? And so that's why it has those 20-second clips when you click that thing. So it could, if your machine is struggling, cause problems with dropped frames, lagging, and all that sort of stuff. So just keep that in mind. If you set this up and you end up running into problems, well, you're going to want to turn it off, and that will resolve those problems. You'll be back to normal again. If the question that you're asking is actually about how do you record out funny clips so that you can use them later, well, the best thing to do is just to go ahead and download your live streams and put them in some sort of editor like DaVinci Resolve or something, or Premiere Pro, and then go to those sections of the clips and you clip those out and you save them out, and then you can upload them to YouTube that way. So there you go. I'm actually using a piece of software right now where I'm doing something similar. So every time I finish like a specific segment of the video that I'm doing, I can swipe up or swipe down or say that was a blooper or whatever, and then I can automatically take this over to the software, which will export an HTML that I can put right into DaVinci Resolve or whatever I'm using, and it will automatically split up all the clips. So there you go. That's how it's going. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to Monica's question cam, and we'll see. I think this is the last question, isn't it?
This is the last question. Yes, this is yes. Last
Well,
question.
I don't understand. Wait, hold. What? Huh? Huh?
Huh?
What do you mean this is the last question?
This is the last question. This is
Well,
it. We're done.
I don't understand. It's
Why?
it's so early.
It's not early.
It's not.
Time flies, but it's not early.
What about flies? I don't like flies. Flies
No,
get all like in your face, and they're all annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Not
Well-
flies. Time goes fast.
All right, well, let's get on with the question then.
Okay. All right. Last question is from Rog's son.
Rogson, hello.
If I have a nested scene that includes my camera and as a source in the current scene, can I adjust the nested scene like for a green screen and make other adjustments to the camera source?
All right, so this is a tough question because I'm not sure it's worded in a way that I can really parse out. So anything that you add to the nested scene, you want to tweak it exactly the way you want it. Any scene that you add it to, that's the way it's going to be. If you tweak that camera or that nested scene in that scene, it's going to tweak it. Now there is a way that you can use the same camera in multiple scenes and do crazy stuff. So if you look, this outline that I'm using right here allows me to do something completely different with the camera. Now, if you did this in your live stream and you didn't use this feature, then your camera, then if I switched over here, this camera would have that exact same shape. And so the name of that particular... Oh no, we got a member.
Ruben Christopher Haynes. Yeah! Welcome to the Streamer Squad. Woo! Oh, I've been waiting for one of these all night long. Woo! You can too also become a member of the Streamer Squad or any other membership tier and come hang out with us on the Discord if you become a member of the Streamer Squad. Yes. Here we go. Oh yeah. Having it, baby. Woo! Thank you so much, Ruben Christopher Haynes, and welcome to the Streamer Squad. Yes. Anyone else? Join us.
That's my favorite. Anyway, I was going to tell you that in order to use multiple cameras in multiple different ways, you can create your nested scene, and then you can go into source mirror. And what you're going to want to do is select the actual source that you are talking about. In other words, it might be the camera source or whatever, and that means that you can create another nested scene using that camera and make it completely different. It's a little bit difficult to do, but it can be done. And so that's what I would recommend for that. If you're interested in videos that show you how to do that, you're going to want to look for how to create alpha masks, and Tech Examined will go ahead and write that or drop that link into the description or into the chat. I don't know why I always say that. I've got description on my brain from doing videos. He'll drop that link into the chat so that you can see how the source mirror works. Michael, make sure that you drop the newest video I did on how to set those up, because that is the one that is going to be able to give you the how to use the source mirror so you can create multiple different ones. So let's go over and see what we got going on now. What's next?
What's next? Well, we finished the question. That was the last question. Sorry to say.
What are we going to do now then?
Well, whatever you want to do, I suppose. But usually this is the time when we wrap it up.
Well, why would we do that? We're having so much fun.
We are having so much fun. I know.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Roxanne asks, where do I get Source Mirror? It is a part of the Stream FX plugin. So just do a search for Stream FX and it will come up in your, it'll come up in the OBS forum. You can go to it and check it out there. Actually, Michael just dropped a link to Alpha Masks that will also have links to all the plugins and everything that you're going to need. Now back to Baby.
All right, so I don't understand. We have to have something else to do. We can't just leave.
Well, that's generally what happens at the end of a live stream.
Well, I don't know why it has to be the end.
Well, then what else do you want to do?
Well, I don't know. I was going to answer more questions, but somebody closed the forum out.
That would have to be you.
Me? Why would I do
Yes.
that? No.
You.
No. No. It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Yes, you did. Don't you remember?
It has
You-
to be somebody else's fault.
Somebody else's fault? Well, not so much this time.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to go then. But I don't like it.
I know. You never like leaving.
I don't like leaving. Honey.
Don't. Yes.
It's just like you. I don't like when you leave, but I love to watch it. Oh, I love you, babe.
I know.
So, did you have fun tonight?
Yeah, tonight was a good night. We had a lot of fun. A lot of good questions came in tonight.
It was a great night. Well, I
Yes,
think
it-
we're going to wrap it up then, huh?
Okay, I think so. I want to wish everybody a really nice evening, morning, afternoon. I want to say goodbye to Dr. Rob Allen and those impersonating Dr. Rob Allen.
Yes. Thank you for
And-
Dr. Rob Allen.
Yeah.
And the
everyone.
artist known as Dr. Rob Allen.
Yep.
Oh.
And thank you to everyone just for being here, hanging out with us. We always have a great time when you're here. And, even if you don't have questions, just come back and hang out. We enjoy the chat. We enjoy just making faces and having fun. So hopefully we'll see you next week. Bring your questions if you have them. And if not, well, then we'll just see you for some fun. Have a good one, guys.
Woohoo. And it is that time of the week where I definitely guilt you into doing something in your life that you may or may not want to do. Guys, I know everybody here probably has a job and they do the exact same thing every single day. And just tell me what you did last Tuesday that you could remember. Probably nothing. So do me a big favor, because you just never know which one of these stupid days is going to take us all out. It could be any day. So take a few moments out of your day and try to do something memorable, something you're going to remember, so that this Wednesday is different than last Wednesday. And if you do that, you're going to build a better life. And if you can take that moment that you're trying to make your day special and do something really nice for someone else, you can make their day too and make it memorable. And if we do that more, man, it's just going to be a better world. And that would be absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me and Monica tonight. We really, really do appreciate it. We are on pace to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year and hopefully have our first million view month, which is just ridiculous. I cannot thank you guys enough for all that sort of stuff. Someone in the chat just asked how to get this overlay. If you want this overlay, I just did a video on how to create it over the last week or two. You can check it out. Just look through the content. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You guys are freaking awesome. I would be nothing without you. I am so humbled by everything. If you would have told me any of this would be happening a year ago, I would have thought you were crazy. And I owe it all to you guys. So thank you so much. Do me a favor, be good to yourself, but be good to each other, and man, make the best of the time that you got. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. You guys are the best. Today's video is sponsored by Envato Placeit. Placeit is a marketplace for all kinds of assets that can help you with your YouTube channel. Things like art and live streaming and video assets. You can create amazing face cams and live streaming overlays really easily. There are hundreds of templates, and each face cam and overlay can be modified with different designs, colors, text, and text fonts. The process is super easy, and you can even incorporate your own logo Or, if you're like me, your own Placeit design logo. And you can put it right in your design. This gives you an infinite number of overlays and face cam possibilities for your live streams. And they're so easy to create, you can use a different one every time you live stream if you wanted to. So please, click the link in the description and check out Envato Placeit for yourself. If you have the means, supporting the sponsors that support the channel is a great way to help me keep making awesome content that helps you. So thanks.